Gasp! Gasp!
Things are so frightening.
Oh!
It was spooky.
Spooky.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to session 2 of 2 of Gothic Society, an expansion of Good Society.
Yay!
A spooky expansion.
A hashtag spooktacular celebration of Victorian love and...
Oh, thanks, Gil.
Gil. Thank you very much for the subscription. For some of us, it is October 31st all year round.
Oh, is it time for
That someone might be in the room right now.
Not to throw you under the bus or anything.
No.
Is that correct?
Me.
Like,
Throw me under this bus. Hi, Erwin, and thank you so much.
Yay!
Thank you, folks, for your subscriptions. Hope you've all been having excellent weeks. How are you three doing?
Good.
great. Yep.
Fantastic.
What were you gonna say?
I was just gonna say, I've been talking about this all evening, it feels like, but I keep thinking I'm wearing glasses, so you're probably gonna see me, like, touching my face a lot, and that's why.
I like that they're like phantom glasses.
Yeah.
That would be a thing, though, right? That makes sense to me. I
We
feel
can
like when I
introduce it
don't
in
have my
game
watch
if you
on-
want.
My God, it's the ghost specs.
That's the real murderer. And John, how are you?
Always nervous about the sound.
Yes. Everybody, we have endeavored to fix the sound issues from last week, so please do let us know if you start to hear the same issues or new issues. And as always, please be as specific as possible. Thank you very much. It's appreciated. We got some fancy new stuff, and we want to make sure they're working optimally.
Exactly. Aragwen, thank you for the gift sub as well as the other sub as well. Thank you. I like Ander Anathema, who's now subscribed.
Ooh. That is exciting stuff.
Spookticles? Maybe.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, right? Makes sense.
We are back with the good doctor, Carl Gross, Lavinia Varney, recently revealed lycanthrope.
You're a lycanthrope.
And Detective Edward Marlowe. They are spending a weekend at the estate of the recently departed Lord Burnsby, who died under mysterious circumstances, but has, in his will, expressed a desire for his dearest friends, acquaintances, to gather at his estate for the weekend for 2 days of remembering him, dining, dancing,
Violating his casket.
which the
private
doctor
event.
and
Thank you very
detective
much.
were quick to do. They pried open the casket only to realize that it is empty.
Quick.
What killed Burnsby?
Oh, dear old Burnsby.
Will they uncover the truth? Or will they be distracted by other matters of the heart?
Oh.
Yeah. 2 out of the 3 of them are betrothed. Are betrothed.
There's a past tense on one of those.
We'll start with the present tense. Jess, can you tell us a little bit about what happened to Lavinia last session? What kind of connections she has?
Yes. So Lavinia has her Uncle James, who's standing by.
He's around.
He's around.
Red leader standing by.
And she also has her betrothed, Lucy, who is very concerned for her well-being. But
much so.
but yeah, we'll see what happens.
And let's go to the detective next.
Yeah, that sounds
shall
like a
we?
good idea. Yeah, Detective Edward Marlowe is there. There's been rumors spread that perhaps he's investigating Lord Burnsby's death for his own... Sorry, we don't know that. Who said that? Who said the M word? That he's investigating Lord Burnsby's death for his own selfish reasons, rather than in the name of justice. He has...
Moon, I will punish you.
Woo! His patron, Lady Hilda Merivale is present at the gathering as well, at this weekend gathering, as well as his biggest fan, Anna something. I wrote it down. Winthrop. I totally wrote it down. Thank you. Anna Winthrop, with whom Edward has recently teamed up because he's looking for some help in investigating.
Fantastic. When he pried open the casket of Lord Burnsby, he was with the good doctor. Could you tell us a bit about this good doctor, John?
Well, now the good doctor is just trying to make sure that he... Let me sum up. There has been some allusions towards the work that the good doctor has done in order to increase the haleness and hardiness of the human form, which something that he considers extremely important considering the prophecies having been tossed around from a few of these scrolls. If we laugh all at the same time, it sounds like we're in a jar.
Like echoey.
Like
I think
echoey.
is the...
For you three specifically.
Okay, no laughing.
No laughing aloud. It's a very serious
Okay,
business.
we'll practice. Ready? Ha
Ha ha.
Good. Sorry.
We'll have to see. We'll have to figure that out. Let us know if it continues to be an issue. Ed also, has very much promised that he has been studying lycanthropy, of which some seem to have some direct experience.
And who did he travel to the estate with?
We traveled to the estate with Bertha, his betrothed. He will not be traveling away from the estate with Bertha, who's dead.
Oh, damn.
Yes. It was revealed at the end of last session that Bertha did not make it through the night. She did make it quite far with a certain detective who caught her eye.
Yeah.
But that didn't save her.
Hey,
so,
I caught her.
yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
But while we're talking about death, it's really important to also talk about safety.
It's true. Safety is definitely our number one concern here on RPG Clinic, because to be safe means to be having fun. We use these cards to help us with our safety. You out there in the audience don't have these cards, but you do have options. We're gonna get to those in a moment. What do these cards mean, though? This green card, aka the play card, means that if it is thrown up by somebody, that player or person is actively consenting to what's happening, even if they don't seem to be. The yellow card, the pause card, means, hey, let's pause for a second. I need to make everybody at the table aware of something. Once the card comes down, play can continue. The red card, however, is a stop card. If one of these goes up, play needs to stop immediately so we can discuss. Because we're streaming, we'll probably go to a BRB screen if that happens. But once everybody is comfortable and safe again, play can resume. Now, like I said, of course, you guys don't have these cards out there in chat land, but you do have options for your own safety, which is equally important. Feel free to message a mod if you need to make something known. That would be Aragwen is in the chat tonight. You can also message us directly at RPG Clinic. It'll go to a separate channel, but that we can all see. And of course, if all else fails or if you need to keep yourself safe, you can always leave the chat and the stream. We don't want to see you go, but safety is key. So keep yourself safe and do what you need to do.
Thank you very much, Scott.
Thank you.
And we do want to just give an additional welcome to our mod, Aragwen. Thank you so much for being here tonight. She who knows 10,000 things.
If you do experience any weird audio stuff, actually clip it. That would really help. And then it just means that I don't have to scrabble through to try to find where it is later on in the recording.
I know Scrabble's a real word, but it always feels fake to me. I know it's a real word, but it's very funny to me. Always feels like
You scrabble more than I do.
Scrabble.
You scrabble very specifically as part of your job.
Pretty much every day. Yeah. I know, it's just very funny to me.
Does anyone have any questions before we begin?
Nope.
Is my betrothed gonna be okay?
So we're gonna start with the evil hour.
All right, fair enough.
The evil hour.
Yes, the evil hour. This was a pretty straightforward one for us, particularly. It's just where we discuss amongst ourselves to see if any of the great evil antagonist questions were answered in play during last week's cycle. Just from a quick skim, I don't believe so, but if somebody remembers something differently, let me know.
I did have Dr. Gross intimate that the evil's perceived weakness, in addition to electricity, would be those who have perhaps gained new powers of lycanthropy.
So specifically lycanthropy, did we
Yes.
say that? Okay, perfect. So we'll add that to the sheet. Do you have a pen over there, folks?
Mm-hmm.
Nah.
John doesn't take notes. He is notes. We all have pens. Yeah.
Fantastic. And I don't think anything else. Did anybody openly deny the existence of the evil last cycle?
I openly believed that it was a thing.
I tried to deflect people away from it, but no, absolutely not. No.
Perfect. Okay, so the evil's perceived weakness is electricity and lycanthropy, which I
Well, those who have lycanthropy.
gotcha.
Not like giving them
infect the
lycanthropy.
evil. Okay, gotcha. Fair.
That would be an abomination.
So that is the evil hour. Very simple for us. Which means we are moving on to our novel chapter. After this novel chapter, we will only have one more. Novel chapter, just as a refresher, is where the bulk of the role-playing actually happens. And we can choose, but I do have a proposal for how I think we should start this novel chapter. And this is called Split, which means a series of simultaneous events. I think we should do spotlights on everybody waking up the next day to see where people wake up and what kind of state they're in. How do folks feel about
Yeah.
that?
Good. Good.
All right. Is there anyone really eager to start us off, or should we go side to one side? All right, let's start us off with Detective Marlowe then.
Always works.
Detective Marlowe would have returned to his room, to his rooms, I should say, after his tryst, dare I, with Bertha that night before, which was around midnight.
Remind us, who is Bertha again?
Oh, sure. Bertha is the betrothed to Dr. Gross.
Great, thank you.
Yeah, no, of course. When he left her, they were both. I think they both indulged their passions together, and left. They left each other's company, kind of knowing that they couldn't be seen together outside of that small glade. It was like a pond, I think.
Yeah, they met by the willow.
That's right, the willow by the pond.
Oh, it was outdoors too.
Yeah.
Nice.
In like
Sorry,
the
excuse me.
nip.
Like
Yeah.
up against the willow in the mist.
There was
wars.
significant nip.
There was
significant nip.
I mean, there was.
So romantic.
So romantic. Gross. So he would have returned to his room where I think he would have tried to sleep.
Now, famously,
Yes.
the doors were all locked at midnight.
Well, you don't get to be a private investigator and a detective without learning a few tricks of the trade. I imagine...
You left her outside, didn't you?
That's the trick of the trade. The trick of the trade is run faster than your friend. Yeah, exactly. No, all I'm intimating is that I believe the detective would know how to open doors,
Scale a trellis.
perhaps scale a trellis. He's a rake. What can I say? No, he knows how to gain entry to places he's not supposed to.
Ooh,
I think
which
he would.
he's done twice that night.
Okay, all right. Look, you know, why did you start with me if it's gonna be like this, huh?
Maybe because you have had relations with my fiancé outdoors in the nip.
I wouldn't have if she wasn't interested. Anyway.
I really hope that it was passionate as hell, because let me tell you, outdoor sex, not fun.
I would assume it's passionate as hell.
I think it was pretty passionate.
Damn it!
Sorry.
Sorry, John. In the light, the gray light of dawn, Edward, I think, can be found at his window, kind of looking out over the grounds, perhaps towards the foggy moors. He's planning his next move, hoping that Anna has found something of note, but assuming that Anna's probably found nothing of note, but hoping that they have. He's thinking about how he can gain access to Lord Burnsby's files, records, and perhaps uncover any possible motive for the death of Lord Burnsby.
Right, how about Lavinia?
Lavinia wakes up in a place that is not her bedroom.
Oh.
It's actually the cemetery.
Oh.
I assume there's a cemetery.
Oh, definitely.
Right?
Yeah, he's
Yes.
got like a private family plot.
Right, yeah. She wakes up there after a night of prowling the moors. Roll?
It was a full moon last night, was it
It
not?
sure was.
I'm just lining up the implications.
Was it the first night of the full moon? How do we deal with this? Like, in various things, the full moon lasts either 1 or 3 days.
Well, I am happy to say that that was the first night of the full moon, but if our werewolf would like something different,
So there'd be 3 nights of transforming.
can be.
Moonage. Yeah.
I love that.
If we like that. You
I
love
love
that?
that.
Then you'll have that.
Yes.
So this was night 1 of 3 full moonerifics.
Anna, meanwhile, was traversing the house as much as they were able to with a bunch of locked doors.
Sure.
They climbed up a few trellises, tried to get into a few rooms, failed.
Oi!
But we're determined to find something of note to bring back to Detective Marlowe.
I think there's a really interesting opportunity here. As they were climbing the trellises and looking in windows, does anybody want to volunteer that a connection they control or one of their major characters may have been doing something that Anna could have seen?
Ooh.
This is an option.
Famously, Edward
Edward was not.
has nothing to be seen, at least in his room. So
Edward was not in his room.
Christine spent a lovely evening. Oh, right. It's Christine on the card.
Yeah.
Lucy spent a lovely evening just being in a room, sleeping on a nice bed.
Did she seem concerned at all about Lavinia's absence?
I don't believe they share a room yet. They haven't
This
been
is
married.
true. So yeah, maybe they bid each other good night, and she has no idea that Lavinia was prowling.
I mean, unless we wanted to add some scandal.
I think there's a scandal aplenty already. That's just me.
No, I think Lucy is just oblivious
Yeah.
to all of this. Had a lovely evening. There was a nice decanter full of water available.
Fantastic.
Perfect.
I love that this is what Anna saw.
How about the doctor?
Probably wrote a bit in her diary before going to sleep. I had a lovely evening at the wake. It was, although, of course, I do believe that it was quite affecting for Lavinia. I shall have to attend to her in the morning.
And do you think she's saying this out loud? Like, do you think?
Of
Anna
course
heard
she
this?
is.
Fantastic.
She's narrating as she's writing in her
Amazing.
diary. I'll say that that's about as much as Anna probably got.
How about the doctor? Did Anna witness him doing anything?
So that's a good question. I think that she saw the doctor.
They.
Oh, right, we're not talking about Lucy anymore.
Yeah, now it's Anna.
Lucy didn't see anything. Okay, Anna would have seen the doctor. Probably it would look like the doctor was just getting drunk in his room, repeatedly pulling swigs from a flask that he had tucked into his pocket.
I would like to suggest that when Anna approached the rooms of James Varney and then the other room housing Lady Merivale, they actually weren't able to look through the room because they noticed very quickly that James and Hilda were both at the windows looking out.
I thought you were going to say they were
Over the moors.
Oh, that would have been
doing
great.
something
But yeah,
else. I was like,
they're-
nice.
And so they're looking out at something. A lot happened on the moors.
Yes.
So who
well, as
knows?
you do, yeah.
I imagine it was one of those moments where, as Anna approached their windows and saw them suddenly spookily staring outside of them, that they would have fallen at least once, perhaps.
So does Anna wake up in their own room?
Yes.
Okay. Maybe with a few scratches from the roses on the trellis.
And like some leaves in their hair.
Amazing.
And Dr. Gross, then, does that mean he wakes up in his room?
Oh yeah, he wakes up in his room, in his bed, probably a little disheveled. Actually, no, he wakes up with his head down on his desk. This happens a lot.
Okay.
He's been writing all night, but then eventually passed out.
Does Anna see that he's writing?
I think they just saw him drinking.
Gotcha. Okay.
I mean, it depends on how long Anna would have kind of looked in.
Not long. They're not that good at detective.
Amazing. Okay, great. So I would like to start with a spotlight on Lavinia waking up in the cemetery. And I'd like to see what she does.
Excellent. Lavinia is not dressed, or is in tattered clothing, let's say, and has just woken up next to a gravestone.
God.
One would think it was the gravestone for Lord Burnsby, which of course the coffin is not yet in.
Yeah, so there would be a freshly dug grave
Yes,
and a headstone that he would have had commissioned ages ago,
exactly.
as the wealthy do.
Exactly.
Good research.
I want to say that she looks as if she's been in a fight,
Okay.
but of course does not remember what happened.
Are we talking like scratches, bruises?
Yeah.
Kind of stuff. Okay. Cool. What does she do when she gets her bearings?
So the first thing she does is hides behind the gravestone itself, to collect her thoughts and what happened. So that's what she's doing.
Is she in a state of undress?
Yes.
Okay.
She's got tattered clothing on.
Something I should have asked earlier is, since her new situation of, every full moon transforming, how have her senses been? How have her other senses been? Are they sharpened, heightened?
Yeah, I would say heightened. There's a certain scent on the wind.
Yeah. Yeah, she can
Scent
smell
of
blood.
And blood. Can she go investigate? She's gonna go investigate.
Totally.
Yeah.
She'll see Grable is out in the grounds, just doing the rounds. Basically, they're making sure that everything is in order, feeding the chickens, and seeing to the bees, tending
Lord Burnsby's
bees.
bees. He loved his bees.
So
That's right.
Grable's wearing like a beekeeper's outfit, but like.
Grable's an apiarist.
Yes, exactly. Grable does everything that is required.
I like the
Grable
way
does
they
not notice
sting.
Lavinia.
Oh.
Lavinia is going to probably take the opportunity to like duck behind trees, as she like wanders in the direction of the smell, trying to avoid Grable's gaze.
Okay. Grable has a perception pool of like 1, so
Excellent.
Grable's not gonna notice.
Terrible dump stat for a butler.
Right?
Or whatever. Sorry, head of a household.
As Lavinia gets close to a willow tree, very large, stately willow tree, she's gonna discover that there is a form on the ground, clothing tattered very similarly to how her own is, but tattered because of tremendous claw swipes that have been cast across the now very dead body of Bertha Marson.
What did you do?
Marson.
Yeah, she's gonna think it's her fault.
What does she do?
She's going to check first to see if she is still breathing.
She's not. She is clutching a paper in her hand.
Lavinia will look at the paper.
Says, I don't love you anymore.
Oh.
Lavinia will put the paper back in the hand. Actually.
Oh.
Then she'll take it.
So she goes,
Yes.
nice.
On second thought. She's going to leave the body there.
Okay.
And race back to the estate.
I might suggest something here. I don't know. We can
Yeah.
talk about it as a resolve token. Dr. Gross's housekeeper and keeper of all things, Marion Danvers, is on her way to the estate, along with potentially a lab assistant of Dr. Gross's,
Yes.
Isabel.
Isabel is accompanying Marion.
Right. I wonder whether Marion might either happen to sort of meet you towards the estate or happen to meet you at the willow tree. Like that's intense. Coming across someone that she doesn't know who's in tattered clothes near a bot, like that's intense. But maybe just even by the door would be like scandalous enough.
That is.
Oh, sorry,
what
yeah.
do you think?
What
What
do
do
you
you think,
think?
Jess?
100%.
No. There you go.
So what did you? What did we accept? Did we accept the willow tree or the door?
Oh yeah.
I would accept the door. I think
Perfect.
the willow tree would be very intense.
That would be.
Not that I'm opposed to it, but
You know, before this happens, I kind of
my
want to
gosh.
know what's running through Lavinia's head.
yeah.
So just to catch up the viewers a reminder. So what Scott just did was he offered a resolve token to Jess, basically saying, hey, I propose that this happens. Jess said yes, but added the condition of, okay, but you meet me at the door and not at the willow tree. Having both accepted, Jess now takes the token, and it's kind of currency to move the plot forward and add complications for major characters. John then spent a monologue token, his monologue token, to compel a monologue from Lavinia at this time.
Is this before like the carriage
Yeah,
arrives?
yeah,
I guess.
It's coming up.
Okay. I'll say she's still at the body. What have I done? What have I done? I must take this note with me, or else they'll think the doctor did this. And then she's gonna go to the door.
Okay. So at the door, there is a carriage that has just pulled up. It's pretty obvious that it's been, it left very early in order to arrive here at the dawn. And there are two individuals kind of collecting their trunks and their bags from the carriage.
When they see Lavinia, she's crying and looks unwell.
Okay.
Oh my lord, darling, what is wrong with you?
Don't go closer. We don't know what's wrong with her yet.
How dare you? I am going to see how she's doing.
Be it on your own head, Isabel.
Oh, Marion, you are just a big old
Take
stick
these
in the
trunks, says Marion to Grable.
butt. Hi, dearie. How can I help you? My name's Isabel.
I just want to go inside. I'm sorry.
Of course, maybe something warm to drink or something to eat. Here, take my shawl. And they take off their cloak and try to put it around your shoulders.
I think I did something bad.
Oh, come on. A sweet thing like you couldn't possibly hurt a fly.
No, you're wrong. You're
All
wrong.
you need is some morning coffee. Everything will seem brighter after a cuppa.
No, I have these episodes, and I think I killed someone.
All right, together we're gonna take a deep breath, okay? With me?
Marion is whispering ferociously and quickly in Grayble's ear. And I don't control Grable, but I would imagine Grable is off to do the bidding of Marion.
Yes, depending on what it was.
Well, sure, yeah. No, Marion is
And
like...
how politely it was asked.
It's very impolite. She's immediately taking status in the household somehow. With the confession of having hurt somebody, Marion has asked Grable to assemble any law enforcement and to find a room to lock Lavinia in, like immediately. And to summon the doctor immediately.
Grable doesn't really give any indication that they have heard that they're off to do it. They just kind of do a small and they they start hobbling off really slowly down the hall. They're off to do something.
Sure, but she hisses after him, "The doctor!"
Now, I'm actually here to meet my boss, who is a very talented doctor, and I'm sure he'd be able to help you out. Maybe you've met him, Dr. Groves?
Yes, I have.
Oh, well, that explains it then, doesn't it? That's
What?
correct, Aragorn. Anyone who gets too close to the doctor sometimes finds themselves in the shadow of his genius, and it can pollute the mind. It's not your fault, dear.
Marion, that's not fair. We only just got here. We don't know what their situation is.
Of course. Of course. You gonna be all right?
No.
Sweet, come on inside. We'll head to we'll find you a place to sit down. And they try to lead Lavinia to where they assume the dining room is, or the breakfast room, or the salon, somewhere with a chair.
She goes. Does she have a moment alone? Or are they crowding?
Well, Isabel is definitely crowding.
Okay.
We'll probably only back off if asked to.
Okay.
They're hovering. Clucking around.
Clucking!
Like a hen.
You work for Dr. Gross?
Yes.
I need you to destroy this note. She hands you the note.
Isabel looks a bit taken aback, but does open the note and reads it. Oh my word. Where did you get this?
Is the note signed?
No.
Okay.
But it suggested that maybe there wasn't time.
Oh.
There's a
So it's like
there's a
they
kind
are
of trail
coming.
off. Yeah.
Drums in the deep.
Never mind where I found it, just destroy it.
It's really important that I know where you got this. This is
into the fire.
This is Bertha's handwriting. Is she all right?
No.
Whoop!
I want there to be a couple of drops of blood on the note.
Yeah, I accept. I have so many tokens.
What's this?
I think I killed her. I don't know why. I kind of do, but it implicates the doctor.
Sit down. And they gesture to the nearest chair, and with firm hands, will try to direct Lavinia towards it.
She sits.
Grable, by this point, has made it to you.
I think Dr. Gross is in the dining hall and is enjoying a fine English breakfast.
So maybe Grable found you in the... Grable would know who was eating when.
Of course.
Yeah.
So Grable hobbles into the
So we're
breakfast
talking
hall.
like cherry tomatoes, bangers mash. What else makes up an English breakfast? Beans,
Yep. Black pudding,
Fantastic.
sometimes.
black pudding. There you go.
blood
Or
pudding.
blood pudding, sorry. I say.
Definitely into the blood pudding.
A huge bowl of blood pudding.
Now, that's not a metaphor. I don't know what a metaphor is.
Oh, sorry.
You have visitors, sir.
I don't recall having any visitors.
Nevertheless, you do have visitors, and Miss Varney is very upset.
About the visitors? Get up. Napkin at the
You better ask her. And they hobble off to
Useless.
prepare a secure room.
Well, I don't know I don't know where they're going.
Yeah.
I'll pull out a cigarette, light it. Again, cigarettes exist but are not necessarily considered popular or even like appropriate at this time. Light it,
Yuck.
head outside, or wherever I'm supposed to go.
So Isabel just kind of looks to be in shock. They're staring, their eyes shift from the note to Lavinia, back to the note, back to Lavinia, as if they're just trying to figure out what happened.
Now, what are you doing? Hey,
Oh,
what
Doctor,
is-
thank God.
What are you doing here?
I think there's more important matters to be discussed. You better hear what this young lady has to say.
You had another one of your spells last night.
Yes,
Why do you look so upset?
because I think I.
Listen, if and it's going to get very close enough that I don't mind if there's anyone who overhears, just from an out-of-game perspective, but he's trying to be quiet.
Okay. Isabel respects him enough to take a step back.
Now listen, if there's anyone who died, it's one more casualty in the war that you have been chosen to fight. It's not your fault. They have been sacrificed for a greater good.
It was Bertha.
What?
It was Bertha.
Um. How many people are in the room?
So Isabel is hovering nearby. Marion.
Marion is forcibly, if need be, keeping other people out of this like small whatever, it's a sitting room or something.
Mrs. Dan.
Mrs. Danvers just like forcibly keeping people out if needs be. But she seems to be looking for someone to arrive. Yeah. So yeah. There you go.
I would like to suggest that Anna is eavesdropping.
Anna.
Yes.
If that's cool.
Wow.
Anna's like outside the window.
And you're sure she's no longer with us? You're sure you
I
did?
checked.
Where is she?
On the moors, by a willow tree.
By a willow tree. She always did like willows.
I'd like to suggest that despite not having really been listening, or seeming to, Marion is immediately out the front door and marching across the field. But we can talk about
I
that.
think there's going to be an assumption on the doctor's part that Marion knows where this happened, so he's just going to immediately stand up and start following her.
Okay.
He doesn't even have an overcoat on. The nip. Is there still nip?
Oh, there's still nip.
Okay. All right.
Gasp.
Morning nip.
Yes. Very different from evening.
Midnight nip.
Midnight nip.
All right. Yep.
All right, so Dr. Gross is charging after Marion, who is charging towards the willow.
Anna is on hot pursuit.
I was gonna ask about that, and Isabel seems really reticent to leave Lavinia, so they're gonna kind of keep an eye.
I think at this point Lucy's probably looking for Lavinia, but I doubt she's found her.
It's really good, honestly. She died doing what she loved best. Having an affair. Next to a willow. Yeah, for sure. Hey. Once they're sort of like at least more than a few paces away across the field,
Yeah.
Marion's like whips around and jabs a finger towards the doctor before she can stop herself, and then kind of pulls it back. Doctor, you can do what you want, I know. And I know that she was close to you. But if you know what's good for your reputation, you will let me handle this on my own. I can take care of this.
Anna is successfully hiding behind another tree nearby, listening.
Are you both cool with that?
Yeah. They're
This is
great.
going to-
Anna's doing great.
This would go to Marion.
Yes. Oh, sorry. Yeah.
You can reverse time. You can bring her back from the dead.
No.
And how do you think you can take care of this?
If you'll forgive me for being so blunt, Doctor, your reputation is on the line. There are people in there who will not hesitate to destroy you when they find out what happened.
I have an alibi. I was in my room all night. It was locked.
And I'm sure there's someone who can corroborate that. Didn't think so. The only one who could is by that willow tree.
You have to protect the subject.
Marion does not look happy.
There isn't much time, and we don't have the ability or means to find another suitable candidate, even if this occurred.
Doctor, I'm not going to pretend that I ain't happy or relieved that you are safe. There are probably more than a dozen people in this estate right now who would have been, or whom I don't know. It is a tragedy what happened to Bertha. And yet you are alive and well, and you are telling me that you want to maintain the safety of a beast. This is what you are telling me.
You would see the world fall. You keep the subject safe.
Yes, sir.
Just gonna whirl around, head right back into the manor.
Did he linger at all at the body?
I don't think he ever made it to the body, did he?
Oh, interesting.
I think Marion tried to be like, back off. I can handle this body on my own.
Okay. I'd love to hear Dr. Gross's inner thoughts in this time.
If I didn't think it was important, I would put the beast down myself. And yet, at the same time, I understand that some of this is my fault. I did not restrain Lavinia last night, and therefore I rolled the dice and Bertha paid the price.
That's how it do.
but we'll see how my emotions are when it's done.
What is the detective doing at this time?
I think it's important to keep the drama train going. And I would like to spend a resolve token, as unlikely as it may be, that Detective Edward Marlowe will come across the body before it has been safely stowed away by Marion, or hidden.
Do you think Marion is by the body? When
Well,
the
this is the
detective comes
question,
across it?
because, I don't know, a stranger just...
Scott
You're a
v.
dead body.
Scott.
Scott v. Scott.
Also,
Hang
when
on.
you say Marion has disposed of it, what is Marion
That's a good question.
actively doing?
Eat the body.
Because Marion asked that the police be summoned. Now, we know famously
Yes,
that
right.
everything is a half-day's ride.
Right, so it's not
in Nearest
possible.
town.
Yeah.
So they're going to be a while.
No, you know what? Okay, so what I'd propose then, because I had it in my mind that Marion was like, I'll just store it in the carriage. The smell, whatever. It's a bad idea. I think Marion is going to try to stage it so that it looks like that Bertha wasn't clawed by a beast. But perhaps, I don't know,
Yeah.
something, killed in a lover's quarrel, an accident, something.
Oh yeah, killed in a lover's quarrel. That's fucking better.
Your instructions were to protect the subject, not to protect yourself, doctor. I kid. Sorry, that's obviously not. That would be right. No, to make it look like an accident.
She could try to stage it so that it looked like Bertha fell out of a tree and got her gown caught on
Yeah.
branches on the way down. I'm not saying it's good, but it's an option.
Just
I don't know if
got
Marion's
scraped up by.
Marion's a schemer. I don't know if Marion's necessarily
It
super
could have been a
intelligent.
wild animal. Wild animals are on the moors all the time.
That's
Yeah.
true.
Arr.
That's true.
We've established there are chickens and bees.
Okay, so wild animals though.
Look, I've played games in the Zelda universe. You fuck with the chickens.
Oh, they
fuck back.
absolutely. But yeah, that would be my suggestion, is to make sure that Bertha's death doesn't go unnoticed by everyone outside of this sort of circle, that Edward comes across the body.
So maybe Marion has staged the body and has run back in.
Correct, yeah, that
to gather people out to witness this.
Yeah, I'm going to spend a...
I don't know if I need to spend another one. Can Anna still be watching?
What do you think, Scott?
Yeah, of course. Although, I mean, they're working together, right? So, oh, you mean Marion?
Yeah.
Oh my God. Okay, Anna knows everything. Well,
Is that okay?
Yeah. Is it okay for Anna? I don't know.
We'll find out. Great.
Yeah, so we can start with Edward.
I think Edward is, as per what I was saying before, he was kind of contemplating how he was going to get past Grable, basically get into the study of Lord Burnsby, and his feet have carried him back to this place which is now a place of perhaps joy and perhaps melancholy, trouble, certainly, and there is more trouble as he encounters a body wearing clothes that he recognizes quite well. And a gasp escapes him as he rushes over to Bertha and checks that she is indeed deceased.
Detective?
Whirls around and basically has a little heart attack.
When he sees Anna, their face is white, like a sheet. Anna. Ghost. See a ghost.
Detective Marlowe's on the lookout for anybody else, but motions Anna over.
It's not safe to be out here. It's
Why?
not safe to be out here.
Why? What's happened? What's happened to her?
I think something, well, obviously something terrible has happened, but I'm very confused. You see, I've written it all down in this book. They hand you the book.
Yeah, Marlowe's going to have a look through, but while looking is also keeping the eyes sort of firmly on Anna. But, back and forth. Tell me what you saw.
I saw someone speaking to that doctor
Dr. Gross.
on the way here. They were both rushing over here because, and they think that the Miss Varney might have had something to do with this, maybe, but I'm not sure.
Miss Varney?
They said, Dr. Gross, he said that to this woman, I don't know who she is, that they had to protect the subject, and that they had no time for another suitable subject, and at which point the woman asked why he wanted to maintain the safety of a, quote, beast, and I don't know what that means, but I was here, and then the woman came over and did something to the body, and moved it, and I thought I should tell you.
And you were right to do so. Anna, when you see this woman again, let me know. Quietly, privately. If you need to use a signal, use this one. And he touches the side of his nose. To make it look like a little scratch, just use that as a signal.
Okay, so I should look like I'm scratching my nose?
Yes.
What if I have a nose itch? But I haven't seen her.
Turn away from me before you scratch your nose.
Okay.
Anna,
Yeah.
it sounds like there are events that have started, that there are forces at work here far beyond either of us. You agreed to be my partner in this.
Yes, and I am.
Yes. I want to let you know.
Yeah.
This would be the time. You want to return to your life, a life of safety and of comfort, and presumably of warmth and love. Anna, this would be the time to do so. Otherwise, you are in it until the end. Whatever that end is, and his eyes get really dark and a little intense.
I'm in it to the end.
Okay. And then he does not do a weird blood right thing to bring Anna into a cult. I just want to be clear, that's not what happens. I'm kidding, I'm sorry.
With that is
Resolve tokens!
Okay, yeah. Anna is very much, obviously, on board with following this through, or seeing this through. They have one more thing to ask. Because, and you may correct me if I'm wrong, but, was Anna there when you were planning to meet Bertha at the willow tree? I seem to remember.
It was kind of arranged while they were dancing, so
yes,
Anna
but
could have heard a bit
well,
of it.
and I think what I remember is that Detective Marlowe was like, I'm going to talk to Bertha.
Yes.
At night.
Yes.
Anna has a lot of information right now.
Probably
too much.
Probably too much, yeah.
Their brain is kind of, it's possible, Detective, where were you last night?
The detective bats his he doesn't bat his lashes, but there's a tremor behind his eyes as he maintains eye contact. I was unable to leave the confines of my room to investigate further, but I made copious notes and have started assembling theories.
Yes, but you, correct me if I'm wrong, but weren't you supposed to meet Miss Marson?
I was. After returning to my room after we met.
So you could have heard what happened. Surely you saw something.
I wasn't here. Lies. I don't know what happened. Not lies. But it would appear, Anna, that we have several people we need to speak with, and quickly, but very cautiously. Lavinia Varney, who would not hurt a fly, and the Dr. Gross.
Who's
Gross. Grossly underestimated as a dangerous criminal. Yeah, I kid, but yeah. the sight of the empty coffin shook me to my core. I had to return to my room and make plans. That is all that happened last night.
Okay. They'll believe you.
Yeah.
They're your number one fan.
Although I did hear a strange noise at night. Perhaps the night the night is full of strange noises, but a loud crashing coming from the rooms above, say. Lavinia, like towards Lavinia's room, but who knows. We need to investigate further.
Okay. Loud noise, not large. Loud noise above. Detective. How do you spell your last name, Detective?
With an E.
Excellent, thank you. And then I assume they...
Yeah, I think we're heading back to the... Because you can't investigate on an empty stomach. But I don't know if there's going to be some sort of look.
You know what this murder calls for? Breakfast.
You know Brits. It's 100% what they would do.
Don't forget that the letter A is red in Marlowe. Or did I say red? I meant scarlet.
Ooh.
All right. Well, if Marlowe does head back in through the
a-hole.
through the front door, then maybe he'll pass Lavinia and Isabel, or maybe the two of them have made their way into the dining hall by now. Isabel basically doesn't seem prepared to accept the possibility that Lavinia harmed someone, and they're just focusing on getting Lavinia something to eat, but keeping a very firm eye on her.
Oh.
I think it's going to be interesting to know how much Isabel has any idea what kind of work Dr. Grosch does.
They're very focused right now.
Oh, yes.
Here's a plate of food I put together for you from the buffet. Coffee? How do you take your coffee?
I can't.
You need coffee, I can tell.
I can't eat. I can't. Do you know what I am?
It's maybe not safe to discuss this over the breakfast table. I may know more than some other folks here.
You know how I got this way.
You know.
That's some beast attacked me.
Right?
Just like I...
Do you think you turned her?
She seemed
Turned her into meat.
very dead.
Marion, I would like to suggest that Marion enters the conversation at this point with just very easily carrying 3 cups of tea and places them down in front of each person at the table, sits down, and immediately reaches out to take Lavinia's hands. Not ignoring Isabel, but definitely being like, I got this. Like I'm in charge now, like I've got this.
Rolls their eyes.
Immediately. I'm sorry, Miss Varney. I think we got off on the wrong foot. I was just so worried about the doctor, you see. We came all this way just very early this morning. My name is Miss Danvers. I'm his housekeeper. And it's my duty to make sure that everything that he cares about is well attended to. And that includes yourself, doesn't it?
Someone will have to tell Lucy.
Lucy, who's Lucy? Why don't you...
Tell me what?
Whoop!
And I think Lucy can
Yeah,
make
why
an
not?
appearance here. She looks gorgeous.
Aww.
She has dressed up for this. She has spent an awful lot of time to make sure that her hair is perfect.
Gibbers.
Gibbers.
And she swoops in and It looks like she's going for an affectionate handhold, except then sees that everyone's expression seems to be on the less grieving side and more on the immediate danger side. Goodness, is everything all right?
No. I need a moment. If you two could...
Come on, Marion.
Of course.
Isabel links arms with Marion.
That's a good idea.
And starts dragging her away.
Marion will try to eavesdrop and will be dragged away. 100%. But like whispering furiously towards Isabel.
Yes. You look like you've seen a ghost. What happened to your frock? Frock?
Yeah.
Probably
Yeah,
a frock.
frock works.
Yeah, that works.
Yeah.
The frog.
Your frock. You've been defrocked.
Oh.
Oh.
My.
And not by me.
By circumstance.
I need to tell you something.
Listen. There isn't a thing on this earth or the next that you could tell me that would do anything but further reinforce my love for you.
Yeah, maybe don't make any promises you can't keep right now.
I've already promised my heart to you. We're betrothed. One does not cancel an engagement quite so easily. Whatever this is, we'll face it together.
I've been turned into a beast.
You're having an affair.
What?
Ah!
What?
I must have known. I've seen the way that you've been spending time with Dr. Gross.
Because he's helping me.
Apparently.
What? Lucy, no, I would never. I'm literally...
Then what does turning into a beast mean?
It means during certain times of the month, when the moon is full, I turn into a beast and I've killed people. You're laughing.
Lavinia, what you're saying is absolutely absurd. You're not a beast.
Then
You
why?
haven't killed anyone.
Then why did I wake up in a cemetery this morning, not knowing what I'd done?
How loudly was that spoken just now?
Loud.
All right. Do we want to say, this is a group decision, do we want to say that guests have been quietly trickling into the breakfast room at this moment?
Yeah.
So
I love that.
maybe that last exclamation was kind of overheard and the room goes quiet. Do you mind repeating if you remember what Lavinia just said?
Then why did I wake up in a cemetery this morning, not knowing what I've done?
The quiet clink of a dropped spoon.
Clearly, you're quite fragile. You've been overcome by the dismal, sad events that brought us here. You had a nightmare. That doesn't mean that you did anything.
You're not listening.
There's-
Lavinia stands up and goes to leave the...
Oh.
About 20 sets of eyes follow Lavinia, watching.
This is absurd. You're not a beast, Lavinia.
Oops.
We must be rational about all this. You couldn't be.
Why?
Because I love you.
Doesn't make me not a beast.
Oh. I shouldn't think that I could love a beast. Who could ever learn to love a beast?
Everyone is just staring.
Do you mind?
Oh, yeah.
Did they say something
I would
about
like
a bee?
I would like Marlowe to show up at this point.
Hey, Marivale, please. Yes, of course. Thank you, Detective.
Actually, who's
who's most inconvenienced?
I would say probably
Who's not me?
Lavinia's most inconvenienced.
Yee. Look at all.
I can't wait for you to just be like, you're
This
dead.
happens.
You're
This
dead.
happens. This
I transform. I kill you.
And I would
Yeah.
like for Lavinia to recognize that she smelled the essence of someone else by the willow tree.
Essence of Marlowe by Chanel.
By Chanel. Yeah, for sure, for sure.
Okay, great.
Detective Marlowe enters, and I mean, look, you know, joke as much as you will, but he can read a room, and he immediately understands that there is an insurmountable tension between these two people, and that everyone is trying desperately to watch or not seem to be watching.
I don't know how much he's looking at the crowd, but Lady Marivelle is definitely there. Beady eyes taking in the whole scene.
I mean, he's gonna try not to watch,
You
but
do have heightened senses, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I think that we want to make sure that they're...
Yeah.
Scent is picked up on.
it's exactly that the scent of I mean,
Marlunk.
Marlowe and Marlowe and Bertha both kind of there was a certain scent fragrance maybe near the willow tree. I know. No, sorry, I'm not implying anything
Bertha
awful.
on Marlowe. How about that?
There you go. It's probably better.
That's yeah.
I wasn't even trying to be gross. I'm sorry. I just mean like
No, that's just
exactly.
my
Right.
No,
Right, for sure.
I want it to be by the willow tree because it's understandable that she would smell Bertha potentially on Marlowe. He went out to investigate.
So you can smell the two of them together. You smell the
Yeah.
intermingled scents that
Yeah.
place him at the willow tree with Bertha.
I mean, he could have a unique cologne or musk that he uses.
Perhaps. Oh, Miss Varney, good morning. I was just about to take a walk through the garden at the back of the home. Would you care to join me?
Inspector Marlowe, please. All that I ask at the moment is that you tell that there is no rational reason to believe that Lavinia is some sort of beast.
I think Marlowe is definitely thrown by this statement. Lucy, I wrote it down somewhere. Lucy something, eh? Damn.
Is Anna with you?
Whatever. For sure.
Anna's just gonna be like,
Yes, Anna. I think you're gonna like try to ignore this.
Lucy's just going to have her eyes shining and just
Yeah.
being like, he'll solve everything. Right here, right now. Oh, please.
oh.
I can say in my line of work, Lucy, there is no rational explanation for it, no. However,
At the however, there's just like a what?
this world is full of strange and fantastical happenings. It is not beyond the realm of possibility that there are things that we may not understand at first blush.
I cannot believe that someone of the yard would hold such superstitions! And she's going to turn on her heel and just walk out.
I'm sorry, Miss Varney. I did not mean to drive her away.
She tries to slam the door, except that she can't. It, doesn't go all the way.
Oh.
Grable puts it back
In the correct place, yeah.
and goes to refill the beans.
Don't mess with my door!
This is an original oak. It's original oak.
I will take that walk. Yes. Perhaps we can get away from the prying eyes of this establishment.
Lady Marivelle isn't even looking at Lavinia, she's just glaring daggers at Edward.
Neat.
I suppose by now
What's his
people
name?
probably would have recognized that the casket has been absolutely violated.
No, everyone was here to party. I don't think everyone was here
No
to
one's like just heading over to the chapel.
No
to
one's
be
been
like,
weeping by his
Go
casket.
into the chapel.
They had their ceremony for him, and now they're partying for the rest of the weekend.
Burnsy.
He'll gallantly offer his elbow. Why not? And
Anna is going to also try to tag along with a book in hand, ready to write down notes.
Miss Foney, I know you've already met Anna, who's Winthrop here.
I want Anna to be waylaid.
Yes, I was hoping this would happen.
I think that somebody is going to insist that Anna remain behind.
Oh, yeah, I'll take that. One better. Not one better, but Marion is going to waylay Anna under the guise of like friendship. Oh, I'm new here. What's going on? Can you tell me everything? And then try to get everything that she can from Anna about the investigation. She's very manipulative.
The second she loses Marion, Isabel runs off to find Dr. Gross as well. What's happening? So we're gonna have a couple of scenes happening.
All right.
Okay. Let's start. Actually, let's check in with the doctor.
Well, now that's awfully kind of you.
Yeah, where are you at? You just finished
Trashing
your
my
breakfast,
room, actually.
and now you're trashing your room. Okay.
I believe that he is not okay. So he's not like trashing the room like a blitzed out rock star.
Nice.
I think that he is in his room, and I think that he is methodically tearing sheets from his notebook and just ripping them, and then throwing the pieces into a bin, and then taking another sheet, tearing it out, ripping it. He's definitely ritually destroying something, but he's not making a mess of the room.
There's a knock on the door.
No!
Yes, I'm coming in. And the doorknob does start to turn.
I love this version of Regency England. Fuck you. That's great.
These are not the actions becoming of a lab assistant.
Isabel opens the door and slams it. I need to know who I need to lie to and who I need to lie for.
What on earth are you talking about? What lies need to be spoken?
Bertha was found dead.
That's not a lie.
This Miss Varney seems convinced that she killed her. To what degree are you involved in this, Doctor?
Do I look like somebody who was trying to engineer the death of my beloved?
They hold up the note. You tell me.
Takes the note.
It says, I don't love you anymore?
I don't love you anymore, and there's flecks of blood on it. I repeat my questions. Who am I lying to, and who am I lying for?
You could lie to me. Tell me that you found this somewhere else, that you are an impeccable forger of Bertha's handwriting, that you could tell me that this doesn't exist.
I respect you too much to do that.
This was never supposed to be part of the research. This was never supposed to be part of the fight. He just slams the page down on the desk, but he doesn't destroy it.
That fight started the moment you lied to her about what it was you did.
Do you think that I want to have everybody here panicked about what's happening in the scrolls? Do you think that they would accept the fact that we are in the fight of our very existence, and that none of them can do anything about it except for our subject?
You really think that she could make that big of a difference? She's terrified. She's convinced she committed a murder. How are we supposed to let this slide? The police are on their way, thanks to Marion.
She doesn't need to survive with her head and mental state intact. She just needs to be ready for the confrontation.
I am going to pretend you did not just suggest what I think you were suggesting.
You understand that in war, there must be sacrifices made for the good of progress and science.
You know, Doctor, I have pushed a lot of things under the rug, helping you in your research because I truly believe in what you are doing. But when you first introduced Miss Varney to us as a test subject, I didn't ask questions. I didn't ask how she became how she is. And I'm asking now. Are you gonna lie to me? Did you do something?
Tell me you brought another one of them flasks.
Always.
Yes. Like I said, it's for the greater good.
I have a responsibility to that young woman.
I have a responsibility to the world itself.
So what's your plan? You always have one. I'm here now. What do I do?
A musket can't kill anyone unless somebody pulls the trigger and points it in the right direction. I've loaded the musket. And if she won't let me, it's going to be up to you to make sure that it's pointed directly where it needs to go.
You've only been here a day. Do you know what direction it needs to be pointed in?
I've had other things to attend to. The good Lord's not even in his casket, which means that I'm only further convinced that it's his fault, that he's behind this, that he is perhaps the agent we are looking for. Now, I don't know where to find him, and I'm not sure that I can trust this.
Is it possible that this has all been some big mistake and that Miss Varney's actually innocent? That she thinks she's responsible for something that she didn't do, that everyone is going to condemn her?
You find the evidence that she didn't do it, and you present it to her. And if you can't find that evidence, you make it up. That's who you have to lie to. You have to protect the subject. There's only 2 more nights that this can possibly be arranged. You know this.
Don't drink too much. And they open the door and move to close it with a good amount of force.
If only you knew.
Damn.
All right. We'll hop to Lavinia and Marlo.
Marlo's really sorry everyone, just really taking his time, making sure that like they're taking a turn about the relatively extensive gardens, say, behind Lord Burnsby's manor, so like away from the willow, that sort of stuff.
Lavinia is still has the shawl wrapped around her and is trying to clutch it for warmth. But she also kind of doesn't feel it at the same time.
Right, of course. Half-heartedly he's pointing out like certain blooms and how beautiful
She's not listening.
Not at all. Eventually I feel like the conversation takes them far enough away from the house, sort of perhaps near a fountain.
I want to... Please feel free to reject this. Behind the fountain is another body.
Oh no!
Which one is it?
Yeah, who is it? It could be Anna.
No, I don't think it's Hannah.
I'm clearly just really invested in getting brutally murdered. I'm sorry.
Do we do a quick roll call of named connections?
It doesn't have
be
to
a
necessarily be a
connection.
connection. I just mean that there's another body.
Okay.
Someone else who was out in the night.
That we haven't seen them yet this morning.
Yeah, I think it's one of the random people who had arrived to celebrate. Not one of the named connections.
Okay. Mr. Frayne, a pastor.
Mr. Frey, a pastor.
Oh no.
And I guess this would go to Lavinia. Since how is
Feels like it's going to inconvenience.
that has traumatic wounds.
Well, yes, it depends on what kind of wounds are on Mr. Frayne's person.
I think it's similar to the wounds that we saw on our good friend
More hack and slash, yeah.
Bertha.
Gotcha.
Oh my gosh, I can't wait to use these. I gotta remember to do that.
Yeah, if you ever want Lavinia to be able to do something unlikely, or if you want to inflict trouble on someone else, right? You know, misfortune.
I have a very good sense of smell, detective.
I see. Not the sort of conversation I thought we were going to be having.
Let's cut to it.
Yes.
When I found Miss Marson, there was another scent there. On her. It was yours.
A gentleman does not lie, and I will not. Your sense of smell is correct. I saw Miss Marson. I saw Miss Marson last night. I had questions for her about her fiancé. But the rumors are true, Miss Varney. She and I have gotten to know each other quite well.
She's just going to place a hand on your arm that she's holding
Right.
as well. I'm sorry.
Thank you. I'm as shocked as anyone else. I imagine you assume, since I'm the last one to have seen her alive, that you think I had something to do with this, and I assure you I do not. What do you mean?
And there's going to be a gust of wind.
You don't need to spend a result unless you
Great.
want to.
That carries wafts of certain scent towards Lavinia during this conversation.
Something is wrong.
She's going to leave you.
Yeah.
To walk towards, where was it?
Behind the fountain.
Behind the fountain, where she'll find the body.
The blood of the fountain
Yeah, sure.
has slightly acquired a red tint because the body is hanging sort of over the edge of the fountain. So it's kind of like slumped.
You mean the water of the fountain?
Yeah, what did
Yeah.
I say?
The blood of the fountain.
Jesus Christ! The water of the fountain has turned a little
Vampires.
red. Yes, there we go. The blood fountain, the Burnsby's prized blood fountain.
My bees love it!
Yes, the water in the fountain is slightly red.
Miss Varney, is everything all right? Clack, 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 coming around the fountain towards you.
Are you wearing tap shoes?
Yeah, wearing clicky shoes, sure. Not wearing slippers.
There's another. Oh, heavens, what have I done?
Dear Lord. It's the Reverend Frayne. Miss Varney, you don't believe that this is because of you, do you?
Yes, I do, and I've been trying to tell people this, and they keep denying it.
People do not want to believe something so horrific might be true. And yet, Miss Varney, I can tell you, I have seen things in my life that I wish I could unsee, that I wish had never happened. I believe you.
I turn and I can't believe I'm saying this again, but I turn apparently into a beast when the moon is full. And I believe last night, well, I don't know what happened exactly, but I woke up in the cemetery this morning like this. And I believe I did this.
Did you know the Reverend Frame?
No. I mean, why would I? Except for this occasion. Dr. Gross has been helping me.
Has he?
Well, not very well, apparently.
You don't think, Miss Varney, that it's possible that Dr. Gross has other motives, perhaps?
You think... What do you mean?
I have heard that there are those who want to make sure that you are safe. But I don't know why. I wanted to know who you were close to. I meant to speak to you before, and it has become dire now that we speak. Here, at the estate, your Uncle James is here.
Yes.
Your fiancée, Lucy.
Yes.
And a person with the knowledge and perhaps the motivation to wish harm upon others through you, Dr. Gross. What is he doing to help you?
At this point, I want there to be clouds rapidly converging on the area, and I want there to be, even though it is quite nip, perhaps an uncharacteristic thunderstorm.
Yeah.
Yes.
For
To you?
To me.
I assume that it would go
To
to
me,
you.
the weather god. Yes.
Detective Marlowe is not interested in the weather at this time. If it starts pouring rain shortly, he'll rush to get Lavinia inside, but for now he's just still what is he doing to help you?
A crash of thunder.
Yeah, good.
To punctuate
He
that.
thinks that I can defeat
What? Yourself? Or Miss Varney? Has he ever told you about the evil? Does he believe that you can defeat the evil, or is it the demon inside of you? All out?
I'm all out. I can't affect anything.
What would you like to do? Maybe people.
No. I've had my fun.
Please.
I've had my fun affecting things.
Oh, look.
Yeah. This is...
Just in case.
I don't need this many.
Then what's the point of having the tokens if I'm just gonna keep getting them more? I will think on what I need.
Okay.
At some point, you can mess with me, and I'll come back with it.
All right.
I'm not a man of science. I'm not a doctor. I'm a man who solves problems. I find solutions. And I find the truth. And my instinct, my soul is telling me that Dr. Gross means harm to others.
Another crash.
And I don't know if he means to use you to cause harm to them, or if you are simply going to be in his line of fire. I'm sorry, Miss Varney. I don't wish to inflict this upon you.
I don't know what to believe anymore. I think I need someone to watch me. There's another full moon tonight, one would think. And I need someone to make sure I don't hurt anyone.
The rain starts to pour.
Detective Marlowe grasps, you had your hand here, and he sort of grasps your hands as the rain begins to fall. If you would prefer Dr. Gross or his housekeeper to keep watch over you because you know them, because you trust them, I will accept that. But if you have even a shadow of a doubt about their motives, let me protect you. Let me make sure that nothing happens to anyone else.
Okay.
If you believe that you caused these deaths, we can explain. We can find out why. We can find out how to reverse it. We can find out and make sure it never happens again. I wouldn't do that, Aragorn. I don't.
After all, you can't go out and rampage and kill if you're in my bed.
Yeah, well, there you go. I don't want Miss Varney to die too. Everything I touch dies. But yeah, that's the
Yes.
of it.
Yes.
Good. Come inside. I have someone here who is trying to help me. Perhaps together we can figure out a way forward. I know Lord Burnsby must know something of this. Come, quickly, we have to get you out of the rain.
Okay.
We want you to catch cold.
Storms are brewing.
Just like out a window, or...
Grable is standing motionless by the door, just looking out across the moors.
Is that to herald the break? The end of
Yes.
the novel chapter?
Exactly. So, as the two of you are bustled inside, and the door shuts behind you, and the storm only picks up in intensity, we are going to take a quick break. And we will pick up again at the reputation phase.
Oh. Well.
I wonder if anyone's going to notice that the good Reverend is gone. Maybe he just went home.
Oh yeah, we just left him.
You straight up just abandoned him.
Well, this is a lovely meal. Would anyone care to say grace? Reverend Frayne? Reverend Frayne?
He was so heartbroken that nobody wanted to attend his second mass.
Oh.
He went
Then he
for
went
a
out.
walk and
Everyone was partying
I'll
instead.
be doing a second mass round midnight if anyone cares to come out. No one came to my second mass. Oh.
The communion wafers are going stale.
I love it. Well, I've already transformed this wine into the blood of Christ. Sure, drink it anyway. It's a very, very, very Catholic thing. He's a reverend because he would be Protestant, probably. At this part of England, I think so. With my
I
religious
tried with the theses, it didn't work.
Hello to everyone in Chatland.
Hello.
How's it going? What's up? Oh gosh, reputation, rumor, and scandal.
Do you think
rumor?
the three of us will survive?
I am calling it now. I don't think I don't think at least one of us will survive.
You think one of us will survive?
Yes.
But that implies that you think that it's probable that more than one of us may not.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
Yeah.
that makes sense. That's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair.
I can see it. It would appear to me that where we've kind of landed so far, if I'm reading this correctly, is that Lavinia is at like the center of some sort of war or battle that's brewing, and are kind of, there are forces aligning on both sides, even if they don't necessarily know what's happening, and and so if and when things come to a head, I think someone is going to have to pay the price for that.
Well, someone's head's gonna roll.
There you go. Exactly.
Maybe between werewolves' jaws.
Whoa!
like on a basketball.
Yeah. do, 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 do.
Except it's on a tooth.
Yeah. Whoa.
Am I the
Yeah.
only
No,
one
no.
who needed to
I'm
be?
getting up.
Oh.
Ow.
La 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 la. La 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 la.
I will, but we'll entertain each other here. We should get some more.
Scott, we gotta wrap this up. Come
Sorry. I'm going.
on. Run, Scott. Run, Scott. Run. There's no time.
Oh, did Scott sort your drive?
Yes.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah. Excellent.
We're not sure if it works, but
didn't
we know it's
turn it
plugged
on.
in.
Well,
Oh.
My goodness. Things are really...
yes, where history and theology collide. Also, supernaturalism and romance. I mean, who doesn't love a good supernatural romance collider?
I know I do. Sorry.
We were discussing about what the likelihood that the three of us would survive, and instead of it being like, oh, maybe one of us is going to die, no, Jess decides to come out and say, well, maybe one of us will survive.
I mean, it's like because we all play so many different like characters and we're all kind of like working together to figure out where the story's going. It does feel like the kind of game where you're like, yeah, kill my character. Totally. That'd be an awesome plot hook,
Lavinia's already survived one good society.
Da-da-da-da.
How are we going to maintain continuity to the third?
This is why we kill her. No? Just me? Okay.
I mean, I just love that there are factions that are now forming around, like, because everyone has their own reasons for wanting someone to be seen as innocent or guilty. So, like, whoa. What's gonna happen?
What's gonna happen?
I was raised by a cup of coffee.
Anyone else need a bio break? Scott and Mrs. Dunn.
I'm good.
You're good?
Yep.
In that case... Oh, I thought he was coming down the hall. Well, can't wait to talk about reputation. Everyone get your tag suggestions ready.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, this ain't good.
Lavinia, murderer?
How did you know what I was writing? Literally was writing the M.
Dr. Gross, murder? Edward Marlowe.
The reputation tags are not looking good for everybody.
that's
It's Zagreus. Murder.
Oh, I didn't finish my word.
Do we feel down to continue, folksy doksies?
I'm down with the sickness.
Fantastic. So we're going to move on to the reputation phase, which, if you recall from last week, add
Avatar.
a reputation tag that you think your character may have accrued, either a good one or a bad one, or it could be both, from the previous novel chapter. If you hit 3 of a type, then a reputation condition triggers. So we're going to start by gathering the tags, and then we'll talk if anybody has 3s.
By 3 of a type, you mean 3 negative or 3 positive?
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah. So let's start with Dr. Gross, shall we?
So my reputation criteria are I gain a positive tag if I acted in the service of duty or morality in a way that compromised my desires. I kind of did.
Kind of did. It's true.
I didn't act in obedience to society's conventions, and I didn't secure a personal invitation from someone of higher social standing than myself. So I do have that. I get a negative tag if I acted in contravention of society's conventions. And this is the thing. I didn't act on desire, and I don't know if I particularly acted in an uncouth, low-class, or vulgar manner.
It's true, actually. In this past novel chapter, you weren't really making a spectacle of yourself.
No.
No, you were pretty well behaved.
Well, I was not only well behaved, I also stayed out of public sight.
Which honestly, sometimes that's all you need to do.
This is great.
Did I act in contravention of society's conventions?
It needs to be in a way that people would have noticed.
Then I think I gain a positive tag,
Yeah,
and
cool.
that's it. So I will get myself I'm going to call myself clever.
Nice.
In addition to being rich.
So positive. Yeah.
Perfect. Marlo, you're next on my sheet.
Yeah. I'm not. It's funny because, like, based on the events of not this past novel chapter, but the one before at the end of last session, hell yeah, I'd take a negative tag. I think I already
raped.
did. Yes, I did. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, because of that business. I feel like I'm. Marlo is at least trying to, act in service of like to protect Lavinia, and like he's putting his own, but he is trying to align his own desires with other things, and I think that makes him either selfish or, at the very least, cunning.
But is it in a way that other people would have noticed?
No, I don't think so. It's secret.
I mean, I would suggest a positive trait
Yeah.
would be attentive,
Oh, that's nice.
maybe. And then if we are looking negative, I would suggest cold, because enough people have been whispering about his relationship with Bertha that to see him
God, it's
seemingly
true.
not affected by the news would also be cause for whispers. So what do you think?
She's dead? Huh.
Rough. Yeah, if I took cold, that would put me at 3.
Sure would. And I'd love to see what happens then.
Well, I can tell you what would happen there.
So we'll get Jess's, and then we'll loop around. We'll loop around to reputation conditions.
Mm-hmm.
Murderer! Or beast.
How about
I wasn't sure which
violent?
Violent? Yeah, violent works.
Because then that can also work for emotions too.
Or hostile is on there.
Yeah, hostile's good. Let's do hostile.
Oh God, hostile.
So I have strange, indiscreet, and hostile.
Yep, you sure do.
It's definitely going to result in a.
I only have 2 of each, so I don't
No, you don't.
I don't trigger.
Sadly. These are more likely to trigger when you play more cycles, but
Mhm.
I'm glad we got some this time.
Are these happening now then?
Yeah, so this means that a reputation condition is triggered. You'll notice that each character has 2 positive and 2 negative reputation conditions on their sheet. Choose the one that you would prefer, and then you immediately have a short scene, to kind of like paint that picture of this new way that society is seeing you.
Oh, I've got this covered, if I may.
I have an idea for you too, my friend.
Gross. All right, cool. Well, so one of my 2 negative reputation triggers or whatever is slandered. The very people you try to protect loathe you and perhaps even blame you for their troubles. You are at best treated as a troublemaker and may even be thought of as a criminal by the authorities. My suggestion would be that upon returning from the storm, in the company of Lavinia Varney, there are a number of people, probably including Lady Merivale, who are just disgusted. I'm not sure if news of Bertha's death has spread at all yet, but not only has he been seen with someone's fiance, but he's now been seen with someone else's fiance.
Yeah.
Like, how gross! Like, what? More than a rake. This guy is trouble.
Yeah.
Capital
Lady
T.
Merivale levels her gaze at you and just says,
George, what's up?
"Library now,"
Oh God!
and starts marching off with her cane.
He's gonna be like, be careful and take off after her.
She slams the door shut behind you with her cane.
You are a disgrace.
Lady Merivale.
Marlowe, do not try to explain yourself. I saw you walking off into the moors with another man's betrothed.
And?
Another man's betrothed?
With Bertha.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
With-
I didn't know if you were
betrothed
talking
of
about
another
Bertha
man.
or...
Yeah.
Okay.
Another man's betrothed, yeah.
I didn't know if you meant another
Oh.
man's betrothed or another man's.
Another man's betrothed.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
And now you what, return to the scene with the leading suspect? What are you doing? Are you trying to make a mockery of me?
You wouldn't understand, Lady Merivale. I am trying to solve this case, and I am trying to reach the truth.
You are doing no such thing.
Well, then I suppose our acquaintance is at an end, is it not, Lady Merivale?
Where would you be without me, my money and my support, my contacts, my connections? I don't want to hear another peep out of you, unless it is to clear your name and repair your reputation. Am I quite understood?
Yes, Lady Merivale. I understand completely.
I am ashamed to have put my weight behind your career.
I will unmask the evil in this place, and I will do it in a way that makes you proud. I swear it.
Do not swear. Do.
She marches
There is
out.
no swear. Very
There
good.
is
Yeah.
no do or do not. There is no swear. Piece of shit.
Oh my God, evil Yoda! What are you
I'm
doing
just
here?
here for Mrs. Merivale cracking the whip.
Yeah, damn.
Seriously.
So, I mean, the best way to clear his name would just be to throw her under the bus, like, immediately. But I don't know if he's gonna do that. That feels bad.
All
Anyway,
right.
that's me.
Now we have old Vinnie Pooh.
All Varney.
So, I think I want to go with fracture,
Oh, yeah.
which is someone close to you is appalled by your behavior and refuses to talk to you.
Let's see what's behind curtain number 1.
So curtain number 1 is either Dr. Gross. Curtain number 2 would be Lucy, your fiance.
I was thinking Lucy.
Oh my God, this is awful. What a tragedy.
And remember, it's a quick scene to establish this, so it's not like a fully fledged visitation or anything.
Oh my God.
Lucy is sitting in a nook with a book that she is very studiously reading and paying way too much attention to it.
Lucy. I'm sorry. I understand if you would like to end our engagement. I will give you back your ring.
An engagement is a promise, is it not?
You don't want to be engaged to a monster.
I never was, for it is impossible for one suffering from delusion to enter into such contracts. You may leave the ring in the ashtray, burned with the rest of my desire.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
For
Okay, well
sure correct.
that's a reputation phase.
Clap.
Thank you, everyone.
Clap. Confused clapping.
Now we move on to rumor and scandalo.
Rumor, Edward's leaving. It's too much. True, he's leaving.
I'm gonna say rumor. Lavinia killed Bertha.
Yeah.
Well, I will just. I want to just throw it around the table really quickly. We don't know if that's true, right?
No, definitely not.
As a group.
No.
We just
Lavinia
we're just all,
doesn't even
right,
know.
but we're assuming it for now. But like, we don't know if that's true.
Yeah, because we're operating like a werewolf. Can't remember what they did. So
This person was probably
genuinely-
killed by a werewolf. Yeah.
Well,
Okay.
yeah.
Well, probably. I mean, like. Okay, cool.
So Lavinia killed Bertha is my rumor that I am implementing. And you can either start a new rumor or you can spread an existing rumor. The only rumor that has not been spread at this time is the evil is a greater entity, not a human. So those are the two.
Saying things like the storm makes it impossible for people to leave the manor isn't really a rumor.
We can say it's like a cursed storm
No,
that would curse anyone who goes outside.
I want the rumor to be that Burnsby is still alive.
Ooh, okay, very nice. Burnsby.
Sorry, Burnsby is not dead.
Nice.
That's what I like to hear.
Yeah. Just like the cheat.
Is not dead. Okay. Jess, would you like to start a new rumor or spread an existing one?
Lavinia is going to spread the Lavinia killed Bertha rumor.
Perfect.
God damn.
Okay.
And Scott?
Against his better judgment, I think the detective is going to start a rumor that Dr. Gross is responsible for the death of Bertha.
Oh my
You
god.
piece of shit.
Let's go.
Incredible.
Come at me, bro.
So are you saying that the rumor is Dr. Gross killed Bertha or is responsible?
Is responsible.
Okay, is responsible for her death.
So perhaps I did it myself or that I hired someone else to do it.
Exactly. Because let's be real, if Marion's going to jail, I'd be thrilled. That'd be awesome.
Amazing.
Marion Danvers went to jail.
Oh yeah, and then we get to go around again. I forgot. So now we start again with Scott. You can start another rumor or spread.
No, I would spread Burnsby's not dead.
Nice. Okay.
Burnsby's not dead.
Burnsby's not dead!
Great.
I'm so glad that
Jess,
Burnsby's not
new
dead.
rumor or spreading Dr. Gross is responsible for Bertha's death, or the evil is a greater entity, not a human.
Or creating a new one?
Yeah.
Lucy is not involved in anything that's happened.
Lucy is innocent.
Lucy is innocent. Thank you.
Great. That's awesome. Man, I should have spread that one.
Great. And John?
Lavinia has accumulated so much debt that the only way
Again?
out is to potentially marry someone to resolve it.
I'm going to spread the rumor about Dr. Gross.
God damn it.
Dr. Gross is responsible for Bertha's death.
You're so dead.
Let's go! Never mind!
Okay. resolved by-
marry.
Again!
I know, again, yeah, it's true. I
Great.
mean, look, if we're having an extended universe, it's just going to be Varney being like, Newtown? Can I get married
Newtown?
here?
Look,
No.
Lavinia's got a real
Okay.
gambling problem, okay?
Because this is Liz rules and because we all spend resolve tokens like candy, everyone refreshes their pools.
Oh.
Can I go back to having less?
Yeah, of course.
I feel
Sorry, you should have started. Yeah. Everyone should have 4 now, and then each of your connections should have 2.
I'm gonna
And you
need
should
another one.
have your monologue token back because I love everyone's
Yeah, one of mine.
monologues, so I want more of them.
Yeah, of course.
Now we are in the epistolary phase. You can write up to 2 letters. I'll ask that they be relatively short so that we can have maximum time with the novel chapter at the end.
Yep.
I write my last will and testament.
Yay!
So I'm very deliberately not going to say what's in it just now,
Okay.
but I am writing a last will and testament, sealing it, and leaving it in my room.
Okay.
Damn. That's so good.
Yeah.
The detective pens a relatively formal note and has it delivered to Dr. Gross. And it essentially invites Dr. Gross very cordially to brandy and cigars after lunch. It's a really weird time for brandy and cigars.
It's a very nice
fine.
written letter.
Yeah, there you go. There is much we need to discuss before we depart this place.
A note is slipped under Lavinia's door that says, "I believe you're innocent," and it's signed I. And then there is also a very formal letter presented to Lavinia on a tray, and it's written like an invitation, but it is an invitation to a locked room, to extend your stay in a locked room on the ground floor, where you will be tended to as an honored guest. But it is a house arrest essentially, but it's delivered by Grapeful. It's just like
Nice.
dressed up.
Why don't
to
you
look
lock
as
yourself
polite.
in for me? That would be sweet.
I just feel really bad. If you could just put yourself in the room, I'd feel a lot better. And there's like a select here for your choice of dinner. It's a
Chicken or fish?
chicken or fish.
Chicken.
Or death?
That's wild. Okay.
Lavinia is going to pen a note to Lucy, apologizing once again, and also telling her to leave as quickly as she can.
Any other notes?
No, I don't think so. Don't have one.
John,
Nope.
you thinking? Okay, great. Now we are back in a novel chapter.
I really wish you had an air horn. Or like the sail
or
button still
anything.
worked.
Literally anything that is better.
Sail!
So because it's our last novel chapter, this is going to be, should lean into the mic. This is going to be a little more freeform. We don't have to declare it as strictly a visitation or an event chapter. It can be a combination. So basically, if there are scenes that you want to see happen, announce them to the group, and we will kind of arrange them in the proper chronological order.
All right. Well, I think that the next chronological piece would probably be the meeting that Dr. Gross is being invited to.
With
Shall
the
we say that
detective, yeah.
Lavinia is being installed in her new quarters at this time? So this is a simultaneous thing? Great. All right, so where are the two of you meeting?
There's the library where Lady Merivale dressed Detective Marlowe down has been perhaps, allowed for his use, given that he's the closest thing to any sort of law enforcement figure who's here.
Grable does inform you that the police are on their way, even though it is going to take
Yeah. To which Detective Marlowe's like, oh, good, my old friends on the force. But, he knows that they don't like him now. They're going to be really mad to find out everything that's happened. So he's like, okay, I got to work fast, But, there's a small table arranged with brandy and fine cigars.
I think Dr. Gross is going to come in looking rather gaunt. Yes.
Come, sit, join me.
Sits.
You don't seem well, Dr. Gross.
No, it doesn't really lend well to one's constitution to find that their beloved has expired.
And I'm terribly sorry to hear of it. It must be very difficult for you. Yes, well, I can see we have no need of pleasantries. Dr. Gross, I believe there are things we need to discuss.
No, there isn't anything pleasant for us to discuss.
How about the weather? He motions at the door, or at the window, which is like pelting rain.
Plummeted with rain, like
Torrential.
yeah, torrential downpour.
Perhaps the most recent gossip from the village. No, I don't think so.
Get to the
Dr. Gross.
point, Inspector.
You and I found something last night that it was a great shock to us both, and I don't believe you knew of it before we arrived. That Lord Burnsby is gone. Perhaps even still alive, in some form or other. I'm not sure. I've not been able to go and search the grounds thoroughly because of this damned storm. Shakes his fist at the window.
That is a burst of thunder.
However, Dr. Gross, I have reason to believe that you are at the heart of a great conspiracy here this weekend. One involving the tragic Miss Varney. And I would very much appreciate if you could be open and honest with me about your research and how it might relate to her.
None of the rumors were that involved either the good Marlowe and Bertha
There are.
knocking boots.
Well, there was a rumor that was spread. Bertha has the hots for Edward.
Yeah, but that's not enough.
Huh?
Knowing that Bertha had the hots for Edward is one thing. Knowing that they were,
Stuppen?
drilling a new hole in the tree.
Oh my god.
There was also, concerning Edward, there was also the rumor of Edward Marlowe is investigating things for himself, not the law. The idea that he has a selfish
Are you familiar with the scrolls?
I've never seen them. But yes, I am familiar.
So you're familiar with the concept of the evil, of its coming, of the prophesied notions.
I am. And I trust very much that we will all be able to stand resolute against it when it arrives. Together, as a community, as a species, even.
Now, what on earth would give you that impression? That humanity is somehow united about an evil that most of them know nothing about? We can't even unite about whether or not we should be worshipping the same God. And you think that we would be united against fighting an evil?
I have to trust in the goodness of people. That somewhere deep down, everyone knows what is right and what is wrong, Dr. Gross.
You can trust in good, right, wrong. I'll just trust in the science.
What does the science tell you about?
The science tells me that maybe you should just find yourself in your room with a good book.
Is that a threat, Doctor?
No. It's an implication that you're doing more harm than anything else.
I believe there is an American expression that one cannot make an omelet without breaking a few eggs. I have heard it said. That is how I conduct my investigations.
You don't have omelets up here?
Brits? Thank you.
Hey, okay, where you at?
We would never have an expression as vulgar as this. No offense meant, naturally.
I've been called vulgarity. Vulgarity? I've been accused of vulgarity all my life. And I can tell you this. I will see the evil stopped. Tonight. And that is the only thing that is keeping me going at this time. If you get in my way, he turns. He's not going to drink any of the brandy offered to him. He's going to leave unless you stop him.
He's going to try. Detective Mario will try to stop you. He'll stand. Doctor, I imagine you do not trust me, or else you would not feel the need to make these promises. Dr. Gross, If you plan on stopping the evil, tell me how I can help. I want to be of service.
You can unfuck my betrothed. And he's gonna leave.
Now, is that a Charlotte Bronte line?
I think that's more of an and.
Or an Anne Bronte? Yeah, okay.
Sorry, that was really loud with me.
Iconic.
Iconic. Woo!
We stand a legend!
Stand a legend.
I just want to quickly be like,
Stand a legend.
Oh!
Grable. I just want to quickly read this. Yeah, we have omelets. We call them scramble lamps, and we use them for earplugs.
Incredible.
That was iconic. I have no comeback to this. I think Detective Marlowe's going to drink both brandies.
Nice. All right, good. So he's getting a little.
You do notice, however, that he pulls from his flask as he leaves the room.
Son of a bitch. What's in that flask? I have to know. Become Batman all of a sudden.
All right, other scenes, folks.
I mean, you could find out. You have tokens.
I look forward to finding out.
No one is going to give me a damn token.
Yep.
Well, you
No, I-
refreshed your tokens.
I
You have a
know.
whole bunch
I'm
now.
just reminding him
No,
that
no,
he
for sure, for
has
sure.
them.
I'm gonna.
I spend them like candy.
I know, but you're fucking yourself over so beautifully. We don't want to get in the way. It's good. It's a good thing.
There aren't any other people of like. I don't think Detective Marlowe's a man of science. So if he sort of learned, if he had got a sample of what was in the flask, I don't think it would help him. However, I would suggest that perhaps Detective Marlowe is. I want to suggest that like the detective's able to convince Isabel, like he's able to find out from Isabel what's in the flask. But that would be crazy because she's not going to betray him.
They would.
Oh, they.
I
sorry,
can
thank
offer
you.
you something else instead.
Tell me.
I will take that if I give you a clue as to what's inside that
Ah.
Marlowe can use.
No, that's.
Okay.
He's a detective, sure. Excuse me.
That's exciting.
Dr. Gross's tongue and teeth are stained purple.
This is not a scene, but Edward is returning to his room, and upon opening the door, I don't believe the camera has yet revealed much of his room. One whole wall is covered in scraps of parchment pinned to the walls with lines of string between them, and he immediately starts studying them and scribbling notes furiously. He's going to try to get to the bottom of this.
I mean, I would like to suggest that this is a huge. This reminds him of a clue, maybe of a crime scene that he saw some years back. Purple teeth and purple tongue. I don't know, like maybe of a victim, maybe of.
There's the essence of several flowers that can be extracted that would kind of have this color. Violets, but there's no reason to sort of drink violets. One plant that would have this color. Now I'm just making
Roses
this up.
are red,
Folks.
violets are dank.
Go take a shower because you're stank.
Hey. But I'm going to suggest, not knowing anything about botany, that
You know who does.
Anna! Oh my God, I'm having a scene with Anna.
We've all been playing strange horticulture, okay?
Out of my way!
All about plants.
There's like a furious, frantic rapping at Anna's door.
Anna will answer, but timidly.
Oh, the door is like being like maybe not thrown open, but Marlowe's like in. He's his eyes are bright.
Kramers his way into the room.
Hey! There is a very strong color in his cheeks. Perhaps he has been outdoors, or perhaps he has been drinking. Who is to say?
Yes, detective.
I have a clue.
Yes,
You mentioned.
sit down.
Yeah. He sits and immediately springs back up on his feet, and then he immediately sits down again. When we first met, you mentioned that you were a lover of nature.
Yes.
Would you have a sense of what might be distilled from certain flowers, certain plants, if I gave you information?
Yes. I mean, possibly. It's hard to tell sometimes, but I can try. I love plants. already told you nettles, right?
Yes, you did.
Yeah.
Nettlehearth is a place that is indeed living up to its name.
My mother used to call me Nettle. That's a story for another time, though.
I think it is. The Nereida is the like,
We all stan Anna.
For sure. I saw the doctor take a pull from his flask. I assumed it was perhaps a drink, American, something that he did not want the rest of us to know. But it seems to have stained his mouth. A certain violet color. Is there maybe, I don't know, is there maybe like some engravings of plants and flowers on Anna's wall or nightstand or something? I don't know.
Does she live here permanently?
That's a great question. No, I just mean like a book or something. That
They
brought
always
started.
carry a book with them of different
Ooh, I like
plant
that.
types.
Yeah.
It's something that they have lots of notes in the margins, and some even pressed safer plants pressed into the pages of the book.
Ooh. Maybe they have some unsafe varieties too.
Yes.
Ones that might
Ones that,
kill?
if steeped in water,
Yes.
could have effects that are negative. Paralytic, death. Who knows?
Oh my god.
It's an offer. It's an offer to Anna.
I take it.
Nice.
Why would that be a disadvantage for
Well, because if it was found, right? Like,
that's fair.
potentially it's very... If someone died and then it was like, well, I happen to have these poisons. I mean, you know.
They're just like, oh, closes the book. Flings it out the window. Forgetting that on the first page it says, this belongs to Anna Winthrop.
Return to assistant detective.
I live at 999 Avenue. I don't know.
They just wake up in the middle of the night. Oh no, I did the thing with the first page again.
Yes. Okay, there are many different types of plants that could do this. Some of which are poisonous, though.
He seems to be having multiple drafts throughout the day. It can't be anything poisonous, unless he's trying to immunize himself to something, but I don't think that's it. It must be a strange plant, something that you can't obtain locally, something from a bit further afield. Perhaps
Iocane.
Iocane powder.
I know it anyway. I would bet my life on it.
Flipping through the book. Something that would have an effect that is unusual, something that you would want to take often to cause something or to prevent something. And I'm going to make a suggestion that we open to, or we flip through and we find a plant called Wolfsbane.
Yeah, which is purple.
You got it, yeah. Okay, we're all on the same page.
I wrote it down,
Like,
and I was like,
Okay, we're all on the same page.
Yeah, brilliant.
Oh, so I'm sure Anna and Detective Marlowe are like,
if you take this concoction and you mix it with water and other things, it can provide a potent stabilizer for certain types of people.
stabilizer.
I mean, I've only heard this in.
It slows the heart rate.
It slows the heart rate. Thank you.
It also can lead to an upset stomach. There's no part of monkshood or wolfsbane which is not toxic.
Oh, interesting.
It's
Okay.
absolutely toxic, though.
It slows the heart rate.
Yes, one would think on your way to death.
Not if you took it in a small, strong enough to have an effect, but diluted enough that you could process it through the humors. It's much too late in science for the humors.
Who cares? You're a detective. You
It's
believe
fine.
in weird shit.
Sure, fine. I don't know, Emma. Why would someone be drinking a strange liquid at all hours of the day?
It doesn't make any sense that Dr. Gross would still be alive. I mean, I can't even really touch this.
Unless he had already experimented on himself. His research has to do with the longevity and has to do with strengthening humankind. extending the lifespan, making humanity stronger. Perhaps he has already experimented upon himself, made himself immune to wolfsbane. I'm going out on a limb here, Anna.
I want to hear Anna's inner thoughts.
I think it's this. Yeah.
Well, I mean, it could be that he's drinking wolfsbane to grow an immunity to it, but why would anyone do such a thing? It's madness. It's absolute madness. I mean, he could be, on one hand, it's possible, but you would have to have it in such tiny doses for such a long time. And what would be the gain of it? Is it possible that this is all connected to the great evil? Maybe it has to do with the ancient scrolls. Maybe we should find the scroll.
Yes. We have to.
That part.
Yeah, out loud. Yeah. We must. You're right. If there's anything about this evil, the doctor's not saying, that Miss Varney does not know, that Bertha perhaps uncovered, or the Reverend Frame. If they knew too much, perhaps they were silenced. I don't know.
You think that Dr. Gross is there goes my stomach. You think Dr. Gross is behind their deaths?
I don't want to jump to conclusions.
But
he does. Yeah, 100%. He does.
I want, in this moment,
Oh my god.
you're in Anna's room.
Yes. Oh yes.
Is there a merry little fireplace in
Oh, yeah.
I want there to be a moment where Marlowe looks off to the side and the light from the fireplace combined with the pitter-patter of rain and the rumbling of thunder just gives him that much more of a heroic appearance with full pouted lips.
I think this will disadvantage Anna. Or will it disadvantage me? I don't know. Maybe.
That's a good question. You can choose.
And maybe in his excitement, one of the
perhaps
buttons on
button
his shirt has
come
worked
undone.
its way loose.
For God's sake.
I don't know what to tell you.
I just want to say, Detective, it's been an absolute pleasure to work with you and I mean, it's horrible what's happened. Absolutely horrible. I mean,
Anna, you sound like you're leaving.
What?
You're not leaving, are you?
No, I would never.
Taking leave of her senses, maybe. Their senses, sir.
I've never, this is stupid.
What?
I've never, felt a certain way towards people before. But I find myself absolutely enamored, with you. And not just in a professional way, but, like, I adore your work. Obviously, I adore your work. I just, there's just, it's like something's going on in my stomach, and I don't understand what it is, and I want to take something for it and just squash it down.
He reaches out to take their hands and kind of moves in close and just... You're not saying that you don't want to be partners, then? I've never worked with anyone so closely before, Anna. I'm somewhat of a lone wolf myself. I work alone. Or at least I used to.
Would you consider working with me forever?
I would.
I want their eyelids to flutter close.
Oh. Bleak, 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 bleak.
They're both calling it.
He is an absolute cad. I agree. It could be sincere.
I like how your defense is he could be
Maybe he
sincere.
means it. Who knows? unbelievable.
I think in this moment he does. Oh, fuck it, whatever.
Bertha to dead. Scott, this is one of my favorite characters you've ever played. I'm not gonna lie.
I've played so many characters.
He's like a fucking cyclone. He's a cyclone rake.
The worst kind of rake, by the way, one
my
that spins.
God.
Fade to black?
I honestly, I'm gonna accept this, but I'm not gonna negotiate, I'm gonna negotiate not with you, but with you.
Yes.
Anna, yes, I think in this moment, Detective Edward Marlowe would believe himself to have fallen madly in love with Anna. And they would perhaps...
Get down on one knee.
No, yes, I'm accepting this, and I'm gonna do it. Detective Marlowe goes in for a kiss, and then separates and kneels down in front of Anna, the firelight glinting off of his, his high cheekbones. They seem higher in this moment, perhaps. And he takes a deep, shuddering breath. And I don't know where this will lead either of us. But when I arrived here, I didn't know what to make of you. And I would like to keep being surprised by you for the rest of my life. Will you marry me?
I want...
Correct, everyone!
Grable?
Yeah, Grable.
I want Grable to interrupt. Who's this? This is really more disadvantaging you.
Yeah, it really is. Thanks a lot, dude.
Lunch will be served
Lunch!
in 5 minutes.
So Grable, I
A tentative.
Imagine... Oh, yeah.
It is a knock because you're used to it, but it really just sounds like someone gently stroking a door.
Oh!
Like it's just
So
so
upsetting.
That's
soft.
absolutely upsetting. It's fine, but it's absolutely
My
awful.
fiance is broken
I
and
hate
dead,
this.
and at the same time, that's the worst thing that happened.
Upsetting.
Door stroking.
We'll add that to our future session 0
I
time.
think so, yeah, it's a good idea. But I mean, look, if Grable happens to see Detective Edward Marlowe is on one knee in front of Anna, very close.
Because maybe the door wasn't fully closed. So as they
He
stroke
did
the door, it
bang it.
opens very slowly with a creak. Oh.
Definitely a
Lunch is in 5. And they start to back away, closing the door behind them with a sickening squeak.
Oh no.
Oh no?
I thought I would at least have the chance to hear your answer before my reputation was destroyed utterly. Will you do me the honor of...
Why would it be destroyed? They obviously don't believe anything they hear about you.
Oh, that's so sweet! Oh god, no! We're in huge trouble. Anna.
Yes, I'll marry you.
Oh!
Mazel tov.
Ah!
No, he's
Okay.
not there. He's not there.
Could they be?
Sorry, yes, they,
No, it's
they
fine.
could be. They
Sorry,
could
I interrupted you.
No. That's what I wanted to know. I wanted to know if you would say yes, if you would continue to surprise me for the rest of our lives. If you would be my partner in this work that we do, and perhaps in having to fight. I don't know what it will entail, but I know I want you there, Anna.
And I will be there. Every step of the way.
You've made me a very happy man.
You, me, a very happy person.
And you, me. There's a happy Detective Edward Marlowe does not have a ring. and has no way of obtaining one at this time.
Anna doesn't care.
I imagine he would try to fashion one out of a plant.
Lucy has a spare one.
Oof!
Go
Oh,
ahead.
there was the one pried off of Bertha's hand.
Big oof!
Someone grave robbed Bertha?
Yeah, what the hell?
Everyone's been poking around her body. I'm just saying.
Well, we know at least one person's been poking around.
Oh, God! Look, I realize this doesn't look good for Detective Marlowe, okay?
I
But
would like to suggest that
fuck's
Marlowe
sake.
grabs the first pressed flower that he sees in Anna's book
yeah, and tries to make a
fashions
ring of it.
a ring. This is not one of those non-toxic.
You wouldn't
not
dare!
A non-toxic plant.
So what I'm suggesting is a toxic
toxic
plant
plant.
is now it doesn't have to be a one that's
Skin
toxic.
contact.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be
Okay.
skin contact.
So very specifically,
but I'm
it
saying
is
like
not,
Anna is
which
carrying
is-
around
which can.
a poisonous plant
Okay.
on their hand.
That's-
if you accept.
I mean, well, if you
if
accept
ingest it. If the plant is ingest.
I mean, 100%
Yeah,
is
yeah.
the way to go.
Yeah.
This is where poison rings originated famously.
Yeah.
Not famously.
Not famously.
Not
Look,
sure.
as long as people aren't like, congratulations on the marriage, you've immediately killed your, like, your betrothed. Okay.
I want a very short scene with Lavinia.
Sounds good. All right, so this fades. You're tying hemlock. Hemlock's nice and toxic, and Anna's so overcome they don't recognize.
Oh, they
course they
do,
don't recognize.
and it's like so much better.
Oh.
God.
Well, I suppose I should write this in my
Secret
notes.
goth.
This whole relationship is toxic from the start. Says
Ella, is that you?
Eric was-
Oh,
sorry.
sorry. Yeah, sorry.
Great. So we've got so Lavinia has now been moved into her more secure chamber. Just as richly.
Dr.
furnished.
Gross just wants to speak to Lavinia from through the door. I'm glad that you're going to be safe tonight.
Yes, me too.
But just so you know, the evil will be destroyed. I'm sure of it. And I'm going to pour a small vial of gallium over the lock. Here's the thing about gallium. It'll eat the metal away so that if any pressure is applied to it in a couple of hours, such as the evening, it will just crumble.
Excuse me.
But it won't look that way until somebody touches the lock. So if somebody tries to get out of this room or get into this room later on, maybe when the full moon is up, that lock may not have a whole lot of effect.
Not be so good anymore. Yeah.
Fantastic.
Good to know.
And I'm not ashamed.
and I do it again.
John's chair has like a mind of. I've never been in a chair where the arms can move to such a degree. I keep thinking I've broken it. Every time I'm like, well.
You can also just move the whole, like they'll swing out even further than just
God.
the armrest.
Won't be trying that.
Anyway, that's the entire scene that I wanted.
Amazing.
Excellent.
Okay. So we're at an interesting.
I'd like to suggest that maybe night will fall.
Yeah.
I think so.
That-
So everyone's just had their lunch.
Yeah. And then their supper.
And then they pass the night, and well, we can say that was supper. I mean, I don't mind. They.
The doctor does not attend supper.
Damn.
He's withdrawn into his room, absolutely wrecked over the fact that, his fiancée is dead.
That's correct. Yeah. Edward seems remarkably in excellent spirits, given that, he seems to be casting a lot of glances and spending a lot of time with Anna at dinner, and perhaps people can infer what's going on. Perhaps Lady Merivale is, even more infuriated.
Oh, she's watching.
Like,
and
it's just-
sensed. Yeah.
It's bad news,
Yeah,
for
yeah.
sure.
Yeah, Anna is just like doe eyes, yeah.
But Marion and maybe even Isabel would be assisting the doctor with whatever preparations need to be made. It sounds like something is happening tonight, capital H. The Happening by M. Night Shyamalan. Marion's there to assist with it.
Okay. Isabel, same thing, although they have strict orders from the doctor to try to gather, evidence supporting Lavinia's innocence. So that's what they've been doing all afternoon.
All right, so I'd like to ask for another scene. I want a scene with Marion and with Isabel.
Right. Got it. This is mid-afternoon, sometime between lunch and supper.
This is shortly before nightfall.
After supper or before supper? Okay.
After supper. I hate calling it supper, but
Yeah, that's like...
Doctor, you weren't at supper. Maybe they come to his room with a plate of food.
Mm-hmm.
Lord Burnsby is still alive, and he is the source of the evil. Now, we need to be assured that he is inside of the manor tonight. We know he's close by. We know he's killed. We know he'll kill again. And there's only one creature here who can stop it.
We don't have the technology in place to implement the kind of circle required
I
to
understand.
contain the creature.
We don't have the spire, we don't have the electricity. At the same time, we don't need a dynamo, we have one. It's alive and living inside Lavinia's body.
He's right, Isabel. Lavinia Varney is a weapon. And the weapon can be made to go off when necessary.
Now, I have to ask you one simple question of the two of you. Do you believe that she has it in her?
If you believe it, Doctor, I believe it too.
I wish there was a way to ascertain her safety.
Then this is what's gonna happen. Pulls his flask out and he puts it on the desk. I'm gonna leave the room. And in 5 minutes, I'm going to come back and I'm going to put that back inside my coat pocket. And you decide what's inside. I don't want to know. He turns around and he walks out of the room.
You wanted to be his assistant, did you not?
I want a monologue from Isabel.
He's a brilliant man. And I truly believe
Thank you.
that he understands the key to eliminating the evil, but I think it's time he take responsibility for his actions. And I suspect he has taken a grave action that has hurt a great many people. And at her inner monologue concluding, Isabel reaches for the flask and goes to tip it out into the
Chamber pot.
The piss pot, yeah.
Yeah.
Piss pot. Unless stopped by Marion, but they're going with great purpose.
Hell no. Miss Danvers, as she prefers to be known, kidding, is watching with sort of an idle curiosity, tidying some papers on the desk mindlessly. You always said you wanted to be close to the doctor, didn't you? Learn from him?
There's such a thing as too close. And they empty just a carafe of water. They start to pour that into the flask instead.
That's why I told you on that first day, Isabel. It's why I try to tell everyone. The closer you get to the doctor, the closer you get to eternal life and to death.
Please, like you've ever had anyone's good interests at heart.
The door opens.
The flask is backwards.
Oh, that wasn't 5 minutes.
Takes it, puts it back into his pocket. You may want to consider keeping yourselves locked tonight.
You won't need us for anything, Doctor?
I need you but the world may not.
Yeah. Damn.
Isabel does leave at that. With a one last glance at the doctor, just being like, good luck.
Cheers.
And they sweep out of the room.
And Marion heads for the door and then turns around again briefly. I'm sorry again about Bertha. And you know that that's taken a lot for me to say.
Yeah, I know. Go on, get.
You'll be all right, Doctor.
Get!
She indicates, her heart and leaves.
I don't bang the help, Aragorn.
Damn.
Oh no.
Once the two of them have left, he's going to take a swig. Then we can cut away before he finishes that statement.
We do. We cut away. To the police arriving.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
They've been
Okay.
riding all day.
Sure.
They're here.
Kalumph.
So a few things are going to happen at once. So when the police arrive, they demand to speak to Detective Marlowe.
Who is very happy and perhaps more than a little drunk.
They don't seem surprised.
Oh,
in the
fuck!
least.
Old drunky Marlowe!
Oh, what kooky stories he cooked up this time.
While this is happening, Isabel is going to Lavinia's room.
Which one? Like her former room?
The new room.
Okay.
So I think what's going on right now is the police are demanding to know from Marlowe who the victims are, what kind of evidence there is to point to a murderer. They are expected to return to town with the accused.
So I think the timing of this is, again, kind of like last time, is kind of important because I'm imagining kind of a climactic showdown.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to, jump on that too early. But Detective Marlowe is going to inform the
We don't have a lot of time left.
Well, that's
No.
it. Detective Marlowe is going to inform the authorities of the death of Bertha, of the death of the Reverend Frayne,
Mm-hmm.
and that the circumstances under which Lord Burnsby, damn it, Bees, has died were also incredibly suspicious, and that he would like to investigate further, and that signs point to Dr. Gross having had a hand in all of those deaths, and that he should be returned to London for questioning immediately.
You dixicle.
He's ready.
The police start marching towards Dr. Gross's room.
This is it. So, this is part of the confrontation.
And while this is happening, Isabel hammers on the door of Lavinia's room.
Yes.
It's Isabel.
Oh, hi.
Listen, I believe that you're innocent, even if you don't. All right? I've packed a bag of some things that you might need for the journey. I think you're going to have a window of time to get away, but it is soon.
But the moon is getting higher in the sky.
I honestly think you're safer out there than in here.
A door slams from upstairs.
I know we just met, but I'm asking you to trust me.
She goes and opens the...
It should open.
It opens.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding. Yeah.
Next to the galleon.
Gallium.
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 Okay.
Right? Here. And they extend the bag of things.
She takes it.
Right, there's a change of clothes, because I think you'll need it in the next morning. Just keep moving north, okay? That's gonna keep you away from the cities. And then when the sun rises, you'll be able to find someone who can help you, because you'll be safe during the day. You know that, right? Alright, you understand?
Yeah, I don't feel so well.
Lavinia,
Yeah.
run.
Okay.
And Isabel tries to push Lavinia towards the door of the manor.
A very loud thud from behind said door on the outside. And then just a loud, I'm not actually going to smack, but like a loud against the door.
And this is which door, sorry?
The door
The
that
door that
Lavinia is
that
going
Lavinia
to.
is being led to leave.
There's another way out. Follow me.
Grable.
Grable starts to move.
Can Grable go any
with
faster?
excruciating slowness
Absolutely
towards
not.
a side
Oh my
exit.
God.
Absolutely not.
Is it a secret passageway?
Grable reaches out a hand and pulls aside a tapestry, revealing a hole in the wall just big enough for a person, or maybe a bit bigger than a typical human size.
Squeal of shear pins being torn from hinges.
She runs into the cavern.
And the tapestry is thrown shut, but it's put back into place.
Does anyone follow her?
It is pitch black in there.
Are they just like
No.
hunkering down?
Nobody follows her.
What are you doing?
There's no answer.
Oh, damn.
Okay. Is it
If
completely dark?
Lavinia, yeah, it is completely dark, but Lavinia does have super senses. So Lavinia, using her smell specifically, would be able to find a sort of a draft coming from a door that's kind of like embedded in the wall that she would be able to get out.
Scatters. Clamber, clamber, clamber.
A bone-chilling howl echoes across the moor. And the door is torn away from the manor itself and flung a full 50 meters away, smacking directly into the fountain. Thunk!
The first thing that can be heard after that is a scream of pain. Not sure where it's coming from, other than inside the manor.
Detective
Marlowe getting absolutely railed.
Nice. Sorry, wait, what? Detective Marlowe was hustling up the sort of a winding stairwell with some of the officers of Scotland Yard or whatever, trying to head off Dr. Gross. But upon hearing the sound coming from the front door, he'll point the way, but then rush off in the other direction to try to barricade himself inside Anna's room with Anna.
Alright, so the sounds continue.
Anna's not in her room.
Oh my god.
Thank you.
No! That son of a bitch!
What smells the most of Lord Burnsby?
His room still smells very much of him, but also that scent leads away from it to the spire of the manor. There's kind of a single solitary tower at one of the corners, up a winding staircase.
Looking out of the door is a hulking figure, easily 2.5 meters, almost 3 meters tall, with brown and black mottled fur just coursing down its form, and it leaps off hugely powerful hind legs up into the air, and deep claws embed themselves into the tiles as it starts to climb the spire.
I want to say that at this point, Lavinia has found an exit outside of the estate and is watching this.
Yeah, sure, that's fine. I'm down to be watched.
Great.
On my way up the spire,
Fantastic.
where I will slay.
The police are, they're following you, but they seem very bemused when they don't see Dr. Gross in his room.
Damn it.
Is that him? The gesture kind of out to the scrambling sounds, the scratching sounds.
It must be. Come. And arm yourselves. He is very dangerous.
Hello, what are we dealing with?
I don't know. But I believe what is in that tower is evil. Have you ever heard sounds like this?
No. A God-fearing man.
You won't be after tonight. And Marlowe will take out his service revolver
Jesus.
and rush, try to find a way into the tower from the inside to rush
All
his
right,
way out
so
as well.
Marlowe's going up the staircase. We've got Gross going up the sides.
Yeah.
We've got Lavinia watching from below.
So I want to say Lavinia starts to transform.
Yeah, of
As
course.
the moon rises.
Oh my.
Muscles!
Oh, you're not turning into like a robot?
Lady Maribel's just out her window like...
Children these days.
Also want to
Gen
add,
Z.
Anna, their research has led them to the spire and
Oh,
there
God!
upon
Okay.
the arrival.
All right, so what are they doing?
I would like to say that they were investigating clues that led them to this spire, and found them just opened the door when they heard the sounds of the building being climbed.
Okay. So in the room, I'm kind of thinking that there is a huge pile of dirt. It looks like it was put there fairly recently. It is a dirt mound.
This isn't Romanian dirt, is it?
How well do you know Romanian dirt?
I know how to smell dirt.
It could be. What do we think? Is it Romanian dirt?
I certainly think it's sacred,
Yes. Oh, it's sacred earth.
hallowed, or well, not
Hallowed,
hallowed, not hallowed, but
yeah.
like
Sacred.
Hallowed be thy name, mother.
I thought that was I thought it couldn't be hallowed.
no, sorry, that's what I mean. Is sorry, not sacred, but rather,
Significant.
yeah, that's more what I meant.
Significant earth.
Yeah, it has power to it.
Dr. Gross, although could you call him a doctor at this point, is going to tear the window setting out of the spire and just thrust his head directly in.
How carefully does he look around the room? Or is he just completely
He's
driven
bestial
by
at this
senses?
point. Yeah, he's working on instinct now.
Well, there's a living creature in this room.
Anna's gonna hide.
Does it smell of Burnsby?
Smells of hemlock.
Yeah.
If hemlock has a scent.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
To a werewolf,
does now.
absolutely. The entire room reeks of Burnsby.
Oh, that's confusing. Maybe something's gonna have to die.
What do we think? It's between you two folks.
I'm willing to entertain bids.
There's pounding footsteps coming up the stairs from behind, for sure. I'm not quite there yet.
This thing is not Burnsby. This living thing.
It's not.
I pick it up and I hurl it out of the spire.
There is a choice right now. It's tall. If Anna hits the ground, that's the end of Anna. There is a Lavinia on the grounds who has just transformed. I put this to you as another option. I have no other options for you.
myself.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Yeah, what's the best story here?
Falls on an awning for a pizzeria.
Bounces off.
Yeah. Whoa.
This is a great question. I'm good either way. So I kind of want to leave it to y'all. I mean,
So Anna is one of Marlowe's connections. I mean, you could have a say in that.
I think that he should believe her to be dead. Thank you. I think he should believe them to be dead, and therefore sees them falling through, like, outside the window.
Ooh, very nice.
And that's gonna drive him mad with, like, not passion, but you know what I mean, like impassioned rage.
I'm gonna, if no one wants to make a decision about Anna's fate, I'm going to message the facilitator with what I want.
Great.
Ooh. Damn it, Bluey. You're not wrong.
Messenger or Discord?
Discord's great.
In the meantime,
you know what? I'm gonna put it in one shots
Great.
Oh.
that's
so that
public.
people will be able to see.
But that's public. You can join our Discord if you want to see what John's talking about right now. Does it actually, Ergo?
Oh, gross.
That is nasty.
That's
Hi.
just
Oh,
around
thanks, Ergo.
their finger.
Just don't.
I mean, maybe not anymore.
It's just horrific.
Don't tell us.
Okay. So yeah, with a scream, maybe
Yeah.
Anna falls from the spire, and that is what Detective Marlowe sees out the window. It's just Anna's. They're
There's a big
falling
no.
for him.
There's a big no for sure as he races up the stairs, 2 at a time, 3 at a time, revolver straight forward, and he is going to fire at the first thing that he sees upon entering that room at the top.
Which is a beast.
I don't believe that Detective Marlowe could possibly recognize Dr. Gross.
There
Maybe,
may
eh?
be shreds of clothing that
What color are its teeth?
purple.
Oh, shit. Well,
A
Nice.
faint shade of purple.
Do I detect an ethical one?
there's the briefest moment of hesitation, a catch in Marlowe's throat as the rest of the police are coming up behind him, where he narrows his eyes. Gross. What have you done,
Oh,
you monster?
This? You, okay. Well, I'm just going to close my jaws around his neck.
I
Yeah, go for it.
want to have Lavinia enter at this moment.
Oh!
See that not only does she recognize this to be gross, but she puts 2 and 2 together that this is her sire.
What do we think of all of this?
And she's attacking you.
I want. So the question is, does she attack before
Yeah.
or after?
So Gross is lunging at Marlowe, who I think fired.
That was going to
Who
be
fired
my.
at Gross.
That was going to be my turn.
And Lavinia
Gosh, was that a
comes in
silver bullet?
and also lunges at Gross.
Was it a silver bullet?
Yes.
All right.
It would it
That's fine.
destroy you?
You can
Or are you
have
accepting
conditions
it
if
with
you want.
conditions?
It would hurt. I don't know if it would kill.
That's fair. That's super fair.
Lavinia
one bullet.
is
Yeah.
aiming to kill you.
Well, that's fine.
This fight has to happen. But this is
Okay, I will
is-
accept that the bullet will be enough to prevent Gross from killing you. I will also
All I've ever
accept that you can intercept before he can do anything else. And you're attempting to kill?
beast fight.
Incredible.
Oh.
I accept this.
All right. It's
But
all
you have to
it's all you
describe how I
folks.
die.
So she's mauling you, starting with your jugular. And I don't know how much we want to go into detail of the rest.
So you're
She is
bestially
aiming to
tearing
kill
apart.
him.
Yes.
Aiming to end his life.
Yeah.
Okay.
Gotcha.
I will accept this,
Yeah.
but I want to spend one thing, and it's going to be another thing that I want to hand off to the facilitator.
Great.
Oh. Oh, I see.
Jugular.
I played a certain game not long ago on stream where I had to make a choice between shooting one of two different werewolves, and I chose wrong because I couldn't tell them apart.
Oh,
One of them was my friend, and one of them was not. And I chose incorrectly. And one of my people was mauled to death. It was awful.
no.
And so in this moment, I feel like Marlo's like, my God, like, oh, Jesus, like, I can't tell fur from face. What do I do? You know, like.
There's so much.
If you accept that.
I do accept that.
Great. There isn't even a chance to howl or scream. Dr. Gross is not as young or strong. And he cannot put an effective resistance to the attack. He dies. He will not revert to human form.
No, that's...
What does Lavinia do next?
Teabags
Eats
the
his
corpse.
heart, right? Like, eats his heart or
I
something.
kind
probably.
of think she eats him.
Yeah,
That's fair.
straight up.
Lavinia starts to consume the doctor's werewolf form.
Is that okay?
Oh, yeah.
Everyone?
That's completely fine.
What's everyone else doing?
That's included. That one's a freebie.
Edward Marlowe.
Christine comes up to the spire at this point.
Lucy.
Lucy.
What?
Oh,
Right, not Christine.
no. Okay,
Oh,
great.
God.
Oh, Jesus.
Just enough to witness what's happening, and that's it. She'll faint from fright, I think.
Sure,
Yeah.
right out the window of the. No, I'm just kidding. So many people. Detective Marlowe is trying to avoid being seen and is kind of limping towards the big pile of earth and is looking for something within it. Specifically, if he's not mistaken, there should be the resting body of Lord Burnsby, if he's not mistaken.
As he starts to dig through the earth, yeah, there's a corpse there.
God damn it.
Is it a corpse, though?
I mean, it looks like one.
Detective Marlowe withdraws a small scroll from his pocket and begins to read in a language that he does not even understand.
Oh my god.
As he attempts to call forth from beyond the grave.
The
body
eyes
of Lord
under the
Burnsby.
lids start to move as if recognizing the language of the scroll.
Yeah.
You know when you're like in a really deep sleep and someone's pulling you out of it?
Yep.
So it starts to vibrate like
He's-
something's happening.
Trying to read it as fast as he can. He's keeping his eyes on the other monster that is consuming the Dr. Gross.
Burnsby's skin is immaculate. His hair is like perfectly coiffed. It looks like he's just sleeping, except for the lack of pulse and lack of breathing and all of that. And the eyes are moving at a terrific speed, though the lids remain closed.
I want Lavinia to notice now.
Yeah, hell yeah. Oh my god, for sure.
What the hell are you doing, Marlowe? The cops are backing away.
He turns the gun on the police officers as well. I'm ending the evil that infests this place, starting with you.
What? No, Marlowe, you've gone mad!
No, I see clearly now.
Marlowe, no!
Bang. Shoots a police officer.
Okay, they fall. The others start to freaking run.
Good for them.
Jesus Christ.
It's just me, Burnsby, and...
I have nothing left. Yeah, I have nothing left.
Shoot Lavinia.
Okay. I mean, sorry. Yeah. Yes. Yes.
But that's for you,
Oh, yeah, because obviously
Oh, yeah.
you're taking-
if you want to accept it.
Yeah, I accept it.
Oh my god.
It's silver bullets. It'll slow me down.
Aiming directly for the creature's heart. Marlowe pulls the trigger and then immediately drops the gun, kicks it away, and turns back and bows before the hopefully now rising figure of Burnsby.
Miss the heart.
It's missed for sure.
Burnsby's eyes flutter open, and after a brief manic moment of trying to find their subject, land on Marlowe.
So,
The irises are red, and a grin starts to form on his face, an unnaturally wide grin. Hello, Marlowe?
and Lavinia rushes this creature, aiming to rip its head off.
I would suggest that the creature is able to stop Lavinia with one hand.
Great.
And very long, clawed fingers. So just we'll hold her in place, if that's
Okay.
cool with you.
Yeah, of course.
I have done what you require. I have destroyed the evil of this place. Lord Burnsby, you are now free to reign, to rule, to bring in a new age of equality.
Starts pushing the earth off of himself and stands, still holding the werewolf.
Yeah, one of these. Yeah.
And a new era, a new age has dawned.
And with that, I would like to suggest that the dawn starts creeping out over the horizon in this moment.
Yeah.
I don't know what that means for Lavinia.
I guess she's gonna pass out, turn back to human form.
So the form of Burnsby kind of going like this with really long fingers and white skin and red eyes, silhouetted in the spire, with Marlowe by his side.
Wait, is it dawn?
It is
Dawning, yeah.
Does Lord Burnsby react well to being touched by sunlight?
Well, this depends very strongly on whether we or not we want this evil force, if we believe it to be evil, to win today.
Mm-hmm.
However, I still have some tokens left on Marion. Marion and Isabel were supposed to keep themselves safe, but I think perhaps they can use some sort of mirrors to bring the sunlight in and use it to perhaps even destroy the
If you would
creature.
like to defeat him, absolutely.
I mean, I'm acting against my own
Because
interests.
otherwise,
here.
I don't know.
Otherwise
I
we
don't
can
know
have
if I
him
care enough to accept
creep
this.
backwards away from the sunlight to suggest that he's like taking back his old seat.
I feel like he won,
Yeah.
but that's my thought. I'll leave it to others.
Hell of a weekend, eh, Mark?
If you wanted to.
Yeah. Hell
Cool.
yeah.
Meanwhile, back on the grounds,
Oh.
real quick. Anna
Yeah.
awakens in the arms of Grable,
Grable.
who seems to suddenly have gotten some extra strength.
Grable, thank you. I have to go to there was a...
You have to return to town
What?
They put Anna down.
and forget that any of this ever happened.
But no, but there's...
Trust me on this, little one.
They pet their head.
They're going to try to run around.
With surprising strength, Grable stops them and turns them back in the direction of town.
Are they also like this? Being
Yeah. Oh,
stopped?
for sure. Yeah. 100%. Yeah.
I want to say that Anna renders Grable unconscious.
What?
With the hemlock.
This will work. We are going to have to leave it as a cliffhanger ending, though, because we have to wrap it
We
up.
have to wrap
we
it
can't
up?
have Anna going back into the house.
Okay.
Okay, cool. Cool, that works. So as Grable is holding Anna back, they get some of the hemlock like in their mouth, or maybe Anna goes out of their way to try to make sure that some is ingested. And they're clearly strong enough that it doesn't kill them, but it does bring it does slow them down quite considerably. So Anna is able to run back towards the door of the manor, maybe in slow motion,
Yeah.
trying to get back and see what kind of horrors have been inflicted in the spire of Nettleheart Manor.
us, Anna. Join us, Anna.
Is Lucy just a snack at this point?
Depends. I think a lot of guests have left.
I mean, no, but she passed out.
That's true.
Up in the spire.
I think it's
so-
time to pack up, dear, don't you?
I don't know if Lord Burnsby was hungry.
Oh, after that kind of sleep, I think he'd be...
Oh no, he doesn't eat his victims.
Oh, that's nice.
Unlike some people.
Unlike some. And that is the end of the second novel chapter. We skip rumor and scandal. We skip epistolary because that is basically us naming our story. So we have to come up with a name. And then...
Lust and lycanthropy.
It was... I mean, I do like it. I do like it a lot.
does work.
I'm into it. Is everyone else okay with it?
Ah, hell yeah.
Heck
A lot
yeah.
of lust.
Lust and... Lycan...
Wowzers.
Ropey. Okay, great. Thank you, folks. I know we went a little over time.
Werewolves, willows, and womanized.
Also good.
That's pretty good subtitle.
Sweeping in. I like it. Oh my gosh.
Nice work, Slooey.
Amazing. Oh, folks, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, clap, 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 clap. Excuse me.
Elizabeth, thank you for the wonderful game.
Yes.
Yay! That was great, folks. Thank you so much. Thank you so much to Aragwin for being our awesome mod for our second session. Thank you to Kate, who isn't here but who created our overlays and programmed an awesome bot to keep everyone up to date on our Discord going live announcements and has just been doing amazing work behind the scenes. Thank you so much, Kate. And thank you to the three of you for being so game and
course.
creating
Yes.
multiple compelling characters that we could have followed for cycle upon cycle upon cycle.
Maybe we will again.
No.
There was at least a few survivors.
Yes.
Exactly.
It's true.
Whatever will become of them.
We'll have to find out in X years when we play again. Yeah, no. Just kidding. Figure it out.
What's happening this week?
Lots of streams happening throughout the week, which you can, of course, follow on the Discord. I'll be streaming on Tuesday at 6 o'clock Eastern on twitch.tv/BiffTheBoss. It's going to be probably a mystery, but I'm not sure what exactly, so I'll have to find out.
Fantastic. Then Wednesday?
Wednesday, I'm probably going to continue on with the Link to the Past randomizer. Either that or I've kind of started doing Hades speedruns.
Nice.
So we'll see about that. But I should say that on Monday, there is a clinic hours with a special guest. Erwin will be joining me, and we're going to be talking, among other RPG questions that you can feel free to submit, whatever you like. We're going to give you the ultimate, no other takes needed, takes on the open gaming license drama that has been happening in and around. You want to hear two rational adults discuss some stuff? Tune in on Monday. That'll be at 4:30 Eastern.
Everyone's like, I never said I was rational.
That'll be great. That's really exciting. I hope I can catch some of it when I get back. Yeah.
Thursday then. Does that mean there's...
I don't know about Thursday.
Okay.
We'll see.
Nothing for me on Friday. I'm out of town for the next little bit. But there might be Steel streams. We'll announce them later.
Yeah. Saturday, it's the same deal as well. I imagine there will be Steel streams. I will specifically want to be doing something, so we'll see how that goes down.
And Sunday.
On Sunday, Kate is going to be running a 200-word RPG from 2018 called The Giving Mech for Scott and I by Juliette Lewis. Twitter.com/dromedary. I don't actually know if it's there, but we'll post some information about that on the Discord. It is going to prove to be hilarious and very sad, I would think.
Yeah.
Hooray.
Bittersweet, I think, too. Yeah, I'm excited about it.
One thing that we can also be excited about is always knowing what direction to look up to.
Ah, spell lessons.
And I don't know what way to go for me.
It's this way.
Go this way,
And
John?
then
That's
it's
correct. No,
that
it's-
way.
And that is up and
To the right.
See you everyone next time.
Bye.